Alrighty guys, what's going on everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream, my friends. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day today. Boy, do we got some updates for y'all regarding the next couple of days here. But what's up everybody? We're going to go ahead and hop our way over here to the main screen here. You might notice this panel over here is off because, well, they're having a bit of server issues with that program I use. So it's not loading up the satellite imagery. So that's why it's just a blank screen as of now. I'm going to be doing an overhaul on our layout here pretty soon. So keep that in mind. But what's up, everybody? Let's see who we got here for today before we dive on into it. We got Misty, we got John, we have Melody, we have, let's see here, Shrimpy, we got ourselves Mark, we have Ohio, we have Saturnium, let's see, Megan, let's see, Katie, Francia, let's see here, I'm sorry with these names here, I'm not the best. We got Speed Shop, let's see here, John, Mark, what's up guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Once again, glad to have you guys here for another update. So, we got a pretty big update. So tomorrow, we're going to need to be live for you guys. Tomorrow, they ended up pulling a risk for severe weather. An enhanced risk, actually. A pretty decent severe weather threat coming up here for, like I said, tomorrow. Out there by Pennsylvania. Portions like southern New York State. So we'll need to be on the lookout here for tomorrow. We're going to be live here to cover this. Let me go ahead and turn on the town names here so we can kind of see where these areas are issued for. So yeah, out there by like Pittsburgh, we got like Columbus, areas south of Cleveland. Let's see here, Scranton. It's kind of been one of the big threats here. Williamsport, State College, Altoona, Sandy. So yeah, just a heads up to you guys out in this region here. Overall. Let me bring up the actual Storm Prediction Center's page here regarding that potential here. Also, I'm gonna hide that there. So yeah, for today, we don't really got a whole lot going on. Just a small little severe weather threat up here in Oregon. Nothing too big. Let's see here. There is a 2% tornado threat, but like I said, the odds of getting tornadoes is still pretty low in that area. 5% chance for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. And yeah, small hail threat as well. Nothing, once again, nothing super wild here overall. Let's see here. Jordan, dude, coming in with a $5 Venmo donation. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Jordan says, hope this brings you joy. How's your mom doing? She's doing pretty good. Well, thank you so much, Jordan. I appreciate that. Coming in with a $5 Venmo donation. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, Jordan. You are awesome, dude. So yeah, so like I was saying here, whenever it comes to it, I mean, everything's looking, relatively pretty low end for today, nothing super wild. But then we work our way into tomorrow. Now, tomorrow, there's a little bit more of an issue regarding severe weather. Like I was saying, tomorrow's threat's actually across the Northeast here. For places like Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York State, portions of Massachusetts, and Connecticut. You guys will be at risk here regarding tomorrow's event here. So we'll need to watch out there for that. Now, when it comes to it here overall, like tornado probabilities for tomorrow, we do get a 5% chance. So the best shot for seeing tornadic activity tomorrow is going to be along the central and western side of New York State. So we're going to have to watch out for maybe a tornado or two in some of those areas being possible. Now, the light green is also, like I said, the dark green is also a tornado threat. It's a relatively low-end threat, so, I mean, it's nothing to panic or freak out over, but, just keep an eye on the weather throughout the day tomorrow, as, once again, a couple tornadoes across this area is possible, with the greatest percentage being out there towards Pennsylvania, like we were talking about. Now, when it comes to damaging winds, yeah, that's also where it gets you. So we're going to see the possibility of, some damaging wind gusts, maybe 60 or above, potentially, 60 mile per hour wind gusts or above out of some of those storms there. So, pretty solid shot there, for damaging winds, out there throughout Pennsylvania, like southern New York State there. I mean, we got ourselves, like I said, a 30% chance. So say you live in that 30% chance zone, say you live out there. So what that means is that within 25 miles of you, so think of a big perimeter around you, 25 miles around you, there is a 30% chance that damaging winds could get up to 60 plus in that bubble around you. Not specifically for you, well, it could, but like I said, just more specifically around you within 25 miles could experience, damaging winds up to that 30% chance. So, I mean, it's about a roughly 1 in 3 chance of having damaging winds within 25 miles. So, yeah, same thing for the 15%. You can just imagine just a lower probability. 15% chance within 25 miles of your location there, and 5% chance across the Brown, which is just pretty low stuff, anyways. But we'll still watch it. I do plan on doing coverage tomorrow, so we'll be live for that. Hail's also going to be a possibility. We're watching out there for the potential of some quarter hail, maybe maybe hail up to quarter size. I really wouldn't expect anything like super wild tomorrow. We shouldn't exceed 2 inches in diameter tomorrow regarding hail, so that's good news, of course. We definitely don't want any of that. But yeah, so we are going to see that possibility, though, of maybe up to like quarter size hail for tomorrow. So yeah, just really got to watch out there tomorrow, guys, across the Ohio Valley. That's not the big day, unfortunately. We got more bigger days coming up here. So like I was saying, we got, for tomorrow's threat. Remember, guys, tomorrow, if I list your state, you more than likely need to look out there for it, okay? So if you're out there in central eastern Ohio, heads up to you guys, northern West Virginia, you guys are kind of in that low end threat. It's possible for the potential of a few, strong to severe storms within your region, but honestly, like I said, it is a pretty low threat, but I would be weather aware. And then you work over here for literally pretty much the entirety state of Pennsylvania. You guys got a decent threat more towards the more central you go in Pennsylvania and northeastern, the more greater the threat there is for severe weather. That's kind of where our bullseye is going to be for tomorrow, mostly throughout central and northeastern Pennsylvania. That's going to be the area with the worst potential of severe weather. So that's where you're going to have the greatest shot for severe weather, and some of the worst of the storms should be around that region there. So just a little bit of an extra heads up towards the orange and yellow areas here. Same thing for New York. Like I was saying, central southern New York's in the risk here. Central northern New Jersey, portions by like central western Connecticut and kind of western Massachusetts here. We're going to be inside of that threat overall as well. So just a little bit of a heads up for you guys. Now we work our way down even further. Unfortunately, like I was saying, we got a pretty big day ahead of us. Let's go and hop you guys over here to this page here. So this is our threat coming up here for, this will be for Sunday, right? No, Monday. What am I saying? Yeah, Monday. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and bring this up. Actually, you know what? I already have it up right here. So yeah, for coming up for Monday, we got ourselves an enhanced risk, a level 3 threat for severe weather, similar to tomorrow. But like I said, we don't have a breakdown right now regarding like tornado probability, damaging wind probability, or hail. We don't have that exact breakdown yet, so I really can't tell you. Like I said, I really can't tell you exactly like the actual percentages for that. Also, something I figured I need to do here real quickly. I forgot to change the time and date here. Hold on. It's a little bit off here. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, it's the 13th. So we'll go ahead and switch that to the 13th. Also, let me change this. Let's see here to level 3. There we go. Okay. Should have done that. I was just kind of in a little bit of a rush overall. Let's see here. Kayla says, how does Central Indiana look for Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday? Well, like I said here, for today's threat, or sorry, for Monday's threat, there's nothing going on for you. Let me go ahead and go through Monday's threat, and then we'll go into Tuesday, and I'll let you know. But yeah, Tuesday is probably the day you need to watch out there for. Anyway, so yeah, we got ourselves, like I said, 3 different levels here for Monday. So Monday out there, if you're out there in Texas towards Wichita Falls, you guys are going to be kind of in that greatest concern for areas of Texas. It's kind of on that north central side, also kind of like the north. Kind of west central side here of Texas, kind of a really, right there by like the west central side of Texas, kind of where we have a pretty good threat as well. Now, the main threat, like I said, the biggest shot for severe weather here coming up for Monday is going to be in south central Kansas, a lot of Oklahoma, as we've actually been forecasting for the last couple of days. Central and western Oklahoma seems to be like the bullseye for the worst storms coming on Monday. So just a bit of a heads up towards my Oklahoma people out there. OKC, Oklahoma City out there. We have like Lawton. Let's see here, Altus. We have Tulsa. Tulsa's in that level 2 threat. So you're kind of in that middle ground regarding the potential for severe weather. Once again, we have 3 different levels. Level 1, pretty low chance for severe weather, but an isolated strong to severe storm can't be ruled out across the dark green. The yellow, more widespread severe weather is possible. So you're across the yellow, you're going to definitely want to watch out for it and just keep an eye on the weather, as there could be a couple of severe storms around you, if not over you. And then, of course, we work over here into the orange. Now, at that point, that's where it becomes more numerous. We are expecting kind of widespread severe weather activity to occur. And like I was mentioning here, kind of the north central central side here of Texas, like towards Wichita Falls, places out there by, let's see, Childress, Wellington, Monday, sorry. Yeah, that's kind of in the heavy side of Texas, rolling through, like I said, Oklahoma City, Lawton, towards, let's see, Woodward, Elk City, let's see, Ponca City. Some of those regions there is included in that greatest threat here for Monday here. And then, of course, also like Wichita, Kansas. You guys are in that greatest threat here for severe weather coming up for Monday again, like I was saying. Like towards Winfield, Harper areas down in South Central Texas, South Central Kansas here. But then that level 2, like I was mentioning, really does shoot all the way up here, even into South Dakota. That's where the peak, the top of the severe expectancy is going to be. It's going to be out there by like South Dakota, which is, if you look at it on the map here, that's a big risk. Like that is covering a lot of ground here. Like I said, all the way down from southern Texas, going all the way up here towards South Dakota. So we're covering a lot of the central country overall. Jason, thank you so much, dude, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that, man. Saying, is there a decent chance that southeastern Nebraska could get an enhanced danger of tornadoes? Great show, brother. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that, man. So southeastern Nebraska, so they don't have a breakdown quite yet regarding these days of, like I said, of severe weather. What I can do for you, and honestly, I was planning on doing this anyways. Let me bring you guys over here real quickly. Also, I didn't forget about looking at Indiana, so I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, so what I wanted to look at there for is the models. We do got a lot of mid-range model support here, so we can kind of see, what's going on in the atmosphere at the time being. So there you go. So yeah, your threat's going to actually be kind of there for Tuesday. It's kind of the morning of Tuesday. Unfortunately, there's going to be that possibility of some nocturnal tornadoes. So if you don't know what the terminology of nocturnal means, it's basically active at night. So there's going to be the possibility that we could get a couple tornadoes at nighttime. I hate to say that because, obviously tornadoes at night is much more dangerous because you can't see outside really because everything's dark. So that's where you're going to really want to strictly rely on radar and obviously those tools that we have available, which, like I said, we'll be live to cover this. I don't know about this time. I'm going to try my hardest to be live as long as I can throughout this event. But like I said, it really just comes down to when I start going live and when I end and all that stuff. So unfortunately, this whole event, from start to finish, I'm not going to be able to cover all those storms because, well, I got to sleep at some point. But like I said, I will definitely try to be. And if anything, I'm going to try to be there at the nocturnal side of things, the nighttime. I like covering nighttime with you guys. That way, for the people who is worried about nighttime, I could be there for you guys. Anyways, but yeah, so for Nebraska on the southeastern side, we'll go ahead and grab a little sounding here and see what we got going on. Just kind of want to take a look at it and see. I definitely do think you will be in a pretty decent tornado environment, given that our winds are, pretty strong out in some of those regions there. Okay, so in this environment, honestly, nothing too spectacular. Obviously, a couple, brief tornado or two could spin up out of that. Let's see here. So when it comes to that, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the models, if they continued on this side of things. It really just depends exactly where you're at in southeast Nebraska. I do think that there could be a decent tornado threat in some of those regions there. So we'll need to definitely keep an eye out there for that. Because some of the wind shear in some of this environment here is a little interesting, but it is it's definitely pretty strong. In which I definitely do think there could be some tornadic activity going on out in that region there. So we'll definitely need to be on the lookout there for it. But once again, Jason, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, out tomorrow, when I go live tomorrow, I will be able to give you a breakdown on this. So ask me again tomorrow, Jason. And whenever this, like I said, whenever I do go live on there, I can give you an actual probability that was given by the SPC. But yeah, we'll get into that more tomorrow. We'll know a lot more about that tomorrow. Let's see here. All right, so then, so this is Monday's threat. Once again, guys, like I was mentioning, look at the map real closely. Okay, figure out where you're at on this map. You should know your state. You should know around what side of the state you're in. So, like I said, this covers a big area for Monday. right? A big area for Monday. So we got ourselves a level 1 threat up here. So this whole dark green area, like I was saying, this is a low-end severe weather threat. Like I said, the odds of getting severe weather is pretty low, but you should still monitor the weather throughout the day here for Monday across these regions here. So then we work our way into the yellow, which is level 2. Now at this point, I consider this being a decent threat. Typically we can see some pretty interesting weather in a slight risk area. So across the level 2 or the yellow, so if you see that you're in the yellow, this is for you. At this point, severe weather is obviously still not the highest probability, but there is a better chance, of course, of seeing severe weather across the yellow. Now, a couple of stronger storms could also occur in this region. There could be a couple of strong to severe storms around your area, if not in your general area overall. Now, then, like I was saying, the big threat here coming up for Monday is this orange area. That's that level 3 threat. That is the enhanced risk. So across this region, that's, like I said, where numerous severe thunderstorms are going to be expected. Some of the strongest storms for Monday will be in that area. So just a little bit of an extra heads up for the people out there in the orange. That's kind of, like I said, the big threat, the bullseye per se, for Monday, in which, like I said, that does include north central Texas and some areas kind of out there by Wichita Falls area. And then working its way through Oklahoma here for Monday, for Oklahoma City, Elk City, let's see here, Perkins, Altus, Lawton, some of those regions, and then moving into Wichita with that level 3 threat as well. Wichita, Kansas. So Kansas by Anthony, and some of those other surrounding areas, is kind of in that big threat. So yeah, so the biggest threat here for Monday, once again, is this region here. We'll just need to look out there for that. What's up, the Purple? Hope you're doing good. Thank you so much for becoming a tropical stormer. I appreciate it. That is much appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much, the Purple. Let's see here. Okay, so then we're going to work our way over here into day 4, which this is for Tuesday, okay? So this is for Tuesday. So obviously that last outlook we were looking out there was for Monday. Now we drive our way into Tuesday. So as that cold front advances eastward, it's driving all that severe weather with it. So there is going to be a threat for severe weather in some places as far north as southern Wisconsin for Tuesday. Now, as of right now, you notice that there is no other colors. It's just one color. So that's the way the Storm Prediction Center works, is for the first 3 days. So for today, tomorrow, and the day after, the first 3 days, they have a breakdown regarding like the categorical outlook, and for days further than that, so considering this is 4 days away instead of 3 or under, they don't issue actual like outlooks. They issue more of a percentage for severe weather. So for example, across this yellow area, there's at least a 15% chance of seeing severe weather within 25 miles of you. So it's a little simple. I mean, just pick where you're at. Like I said, if you see that your area is included in this yellow, just know that within 25 miles of you, there's a 15% chance of any mode of severe weather to occur. There's no breakdown, of course, like I was saying, between tornadoes, large hail damaging winds yet, because it's still a couple days away. But at this point, it's a probability of just seeing severe thunderstorms in your area. So 15% chance within a given area here. So like I said, that includes like northeastern Texas out there, including like, Texarkana, just shy of Dallas, Fort Worth area here. Now, I want you to know that this outlook area is probably going to change quite a bit by the time we get to the day here on Tuesday, but this is just what we got as of right now. So this also includes like northwestern Louisiana by Shreveport, pretty much all of Arkansas, like Little Rock, some of the Fort Smith area, eastern portions of Oklahoma here, out there by like areas east of Tulsa for the most part. Northwest Mississippi, western Tennessee, western Kentucky, a lot of Illinois. Most of Illinois is going to be in the threat here for Tuesday, in which, like I said, a 15% chance at least is expected across these areas here. So Springfield, Chicago, you guys are at risk here regarding the threat here for Tuesday. Same thing for western Indiana as of right now, including areas near Indianapolis. So heads up to you guys. Portions of Iowa out there by Des Moines, Iowa, Cedar Rapids, Davenport. Some of those regions there also will be at the risk here regarding severe weather. So, and then of course we work over here into Wednesday, and as of now there's no risk for Wednesday. I think it's going to be possible that continuation could go into Wednesday here, but like I said, at the moment now there's no risk for it. There's no breakdown or anything like that regarding Wednesday's threat. So as of now we got nothing for Wednesday, but the continuation of that cold front, I think it's possible we could get maybe just a little bit of that activity going on there. So, all right, y'all. So let's go and hop our way over here to the models. We're going to take a look at the kind of timing side of things here regarding these storms overall. So this is kind of on the timing side. Mid-range models are starting to come through, so that's pretty nice to see. So storms are going to start to fire off here sometime. So this is for coming in for April 16th, which I believe, let's see here. This is kind of for Tuesday. Pretty much actually, right there for late Monday into early Tuesday here. So you can kind of see here as we approach our way over here into basically right around midnight for Tuesday. Remember, this is Eastern time, so this would actually be like 11 p.m. for the central folks out there. So this is still basically like late Monday there. So then, yeah, you can see there's this big squall line that develops here, maybe like a bit of a Boeing segment here. Like I said, models are not perfect. They shouldn't be trusted to that degree of determining what the storm mode is going to exactly look like. But yeah, you can see at this point as well, as we approach away for basically the evening of, actually pretty much the afternoon, we could get a couple storms firing out there by like southwestern South Dakota, portions out there along like western areas here of like Nebraska. The timing here, you can see, is around 7 Eastern, so 6 Central. Could get a couple storms firing off there in the kind of the early evening overall. Then that'll continue to move its way up here to the northeast. Now models, like I said, I don't have, the mid-range models only got a certain amount. Let's see here. So then the NAM continues, and you can really kind of see how that system just kind of kicks up a lot of storm potential up there towards like the western Ohio Valley, kicking up a lot of precipitation up here towards like Wisconsin into Minnesota. I don't think there's going to be any snow on this event, at least from what I'm seeing here. Probably not going to be too much of a snow event here going on with this guy. So that's good news. Unlike the last couple of storms that we did have, they were a little snowy up in some of those regions there. So, shouldn't be anything big regarding like snowfall or anything like that coming up there. But yeah, it definitely is interesting to see like what we're going to be expecting with the storm here. I mean, it's going to be like this big line, more than likely, of just storms developing there, which, yeah, like I was saying here, right around like, let's see here. So this is right around like 6 p.m. Eastern time. So we could get a few storms firing out there by like western Nebraska, western portions here of, like I was saying here in South Dakota. It's going to be a little interesting to see this here. Like I said, I'll be live for you guys whenever this does pop off here. Anyways, let's see here. Got a lot of people in Illinois here. What's up? Hey, Andrew, may I ask for you to grab a sounding for Kansas on Monday? We'll get into models here in a little bit regarding soundings and stuff. We're not going to do that right now. But maybe, like I said, remind me here in a few minutes, and we'll go and do that again. We'll go over that. Whenever I do start going over that, just remind me, and I will. Let's see here. Let me take a look at some of these. They are saying that this is the worst system yet. Andrew, is that true? Well, I guess we'll dive into models. Yeah, let's take a look at the models, I guess. Why not? So yeah, I'll pull up that sounding for you, my friend. So it is definitely concerning. I mean, we have a lot of instability. So this is the fuel, the storm juice, per se. And we have a lot of it. We do have a lot of instability. And you can see out there towards the upper Midwest, I mean, we're talking pretty good amounts of instability. That's pretty good. But what's also concerning is the fact of how strong these winds are, both in our lower atmosphere. You can see we have some really strong winds kicking up, in our lower atmosphere and also our mid-level atmosphere. So at our lower atmosphere and our mid-atmosphere, it's pretty strong. The winds are definitely pretty strong in that region there. And, like I said, with that strong winds and with a lot of instability like we have, that is prime environment, for severe weather, in which it's definitely a little concerning. Definitely is a little concerning. I mean, looking at our dew points here, which is basically holding a bunch of moisture at our surface. Very important for thunderstorms. We have pretty high, too. I mean, pretty good for thunderstorms. So would I say this is the most concerning so far this year? It's up there. It's definitely up there, if not the top. It's in the top 2, I would definitely say, from the perspective that we're seeing right now. I mean, yeah, it's something that we're definitely going to need to take very serious, and something that we're definitely going to need to watch out there for. Because like I said, the continuation of these severe storms will go into the Midwest as well. Even the Ohio Valley, more than likely. Let's hop the long-range models here. Yeah, you can see here for actually Wednesday. Like I was saying, they don't have a risk for Wednesday quite yet, but I would not be surprised if we got a risk for severe weather coming up for the Ohio Valley, portions of like the Tennessee Valley up there by Tennessee. Let's see here. At this point, I think it kind of dies out mostly. Maybe Thursday, a southeastern U.S. threat. I mean, we'll see about that. It just depends on the models. I mean, at this point, we're getting a little far down the line, but could be a little bit of opening for some storm activity. Let's see here. And of course, with the down in the southeast here, yeah, it should be done. Maybe even Friday. But yeah, at this point, we're getting in la la land. Models are a little iffy at this point in time. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people, both in the central and eastern country, is probably going to feel this one pretty good. This is going to be a pretty big widespread threat. I mean, you can really see there for, like I said, actually for tomorrow. Tomorrow we got that Ohio Valley threat, like I was talking about. A little bit of a severe weather threat up there towards like the Ohio Valley and portions of the Northeast. We're gonna have to watch out for tomorrow. And then, like I said, as we work way over here into basically late Monday into Tuesday, gonna have to watch out there for the central country, like southern, central, northern plains even. Should definitely keep it out there for Monday, working its way towards the Midwest. Then for basically late Tuesday, this will be mostly a Midwest threat here, kicking off a lot of severe weather across these areas throughout like Illinois, throughout like Missouri, Arkansas potentially, and then of course moving into basically late Wednesday. Like I was saying, Wednesday as of right now, there's no breakdown, but I would not be surprised if we still did get some severe weather coming up towards the Ohio Valley for Wednesday. Definitely does seem like to be a good possibility there. Even down there towards like the southern Midwest, Arkansas, maybe Mississippi, could possibly see a little bit of severe weather, and there could be some instability left over in the deep south for Thursday. But like I said, at this point, we're getting a little far down in the models. So yeah, we'll definitely just watch it over the next several days. And like I was saying here, guys, I mean, when it comes to the risks that we do have here, like I said, especially regarding Monday, it's pretty widespread. And so, like I said, if you guys on this map here are across the dark green, the yellow, and the orange, that is your risks for severe weather. So if you're in the dark green, the yellow, the orange, you're at risk for severe storms here for, like I was saying, for Monday in this case. And then, of course, working our way over here into Tuesday, we do have that threat up there towards the western Ohio Valley, the Midwest, portions of the southern Midwest, and kind of the southern plains. I mean, like up there towards northeast Texas, if you consider that the region there. But yeah, just once again, 2 big days, 2 broad areas of severe weather is expected there. Let's see. Will Monday go moderate? I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Honestly, like I said, I want to see tomorrow how the models handle this event here. Obviously, like I said, this event's on Monday. Obviously, right now it's Saturday, so tomorrow let the models marinate. Like I said, we'll just let those models run and come to a better agreement as we get closer to the event. And at that point, I will make a decision and let you know if I do think it has potential to. Right now, I really just don't know. I really don't know. I mean, it's just kind of a little bit messy still in the models a little bit. I mean, the models are still kind of, some models show more instability than others, and some models show more wind shear than others, and so. We'll wait till tomorrow to see if they come to more of an agreement, and I'll let you know more about that then. But obviously, it's up to the Storm Prediction Center, to issue a threat that big. Yeah. Let's see here. How are storms looking for Wednesday for West Virginia? Been really concerned about tornadoes since last Tuesday, says Victoria. Gotcha. So, what did you say for Wednesday? For Wednesday. Gotcha. Okay, I got you. No reason to be worried, my friend. We'll be here regardless. Even if there was a threat, like I said, we'll be here for you. Honestly, models, now take this with a grain of salt, but like GFS shows that instability getting cut off by those mountain ranges. So the mountains in this case is actually helping you a bit. Let me see if that's consistent though. Let me hop back to the previous model run. Okay, so it's not consistent. So the previous model run does show a little bit of instability over you. Really not a lot, though. I mean, we're talking less than 500, which that's a low amount of instability. It wouldn't be anything too wild from what I'm seeing right now. So you can calm your nerves. It'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing big for you guys right now. like I said, there's not even a risk here for Wednesday. It's just a risk here as of tomorrow, being obviously Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, we have a risk for severe weather. But Wednesday, not quite yet. Not quite yet. But, you know me, I'll be live for it. If anything happens, we'll keep you all updated and stuff like that. So, let's see here. Melody says the entire state of Illinois is at risk. That's insane. Yeah, I mean, here for, let's see, coming up on Tuesday, like I was saying, yeah, we do got ourselves a pretty, like I said, we do got ourselves a pretty big risk out there for a lot of Illinois. And, like I was saying, as of basically, since this is 3+ days away, they don't break this down into a categorical outlook like the first 3 days here. So, like I said, I mean, it's not a convective outlook right now, but it's an area of probability regarding severe weather. So like I was saying, the yellow, what that basically means is that in a given area, so say you're in the yellow, within 25 miles of you, there's at least a 15% chance of severe weather occurring. Now, that could be either tornadoes, large hail, damaging winds. There's no breakdown right now regarding that. So, obviously, we'll learn more about it the closer we get to it. We'll know more about it tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow it'll actually get an outlook. So we will see. Let's see here. Will Central Indiana have a tornado threat for Tuesday? Honestly, yeah, probably. Yeah, because the models, they still do show a bit of, let's see, actually, I'll zoom into that actually here for you. The models here for the time period, we still do have a pretty strong lower level jet available. So the jet stream in our lower atmosphere is pretty strong. So here's for basically the morning of Wednesday. I think there could be some tornadic activity. I mean, just given how the atmosphere is. Let me grab a sounding. It looks like most of the instability could be in southern Indiana. That could trend differently, obviously, the time until we get to that region. But given a sounding like this, I mean, yeah, I mean, we do have a little bit of curvature to our hodograph, so there is a little bit of spin in our lower atmosphere. It's possible. Once again, I wouldn't stress over it, though. It's still early model talk here. I mean, we're about 100 hours away from this point in view. Like the mid-range model, like the NAM, doesn't even get that far yet. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. Let's see here. What's it looking like for Erie, Pennsylvania? Yeah, so tomorrow, guys, if you don't know, we do have a risk that we need to address for tomorrow. So I am going to be live tomorrow for coverage at some point because, like I said, tomorrow we do actually have a level 3 threat as well across the Northeast, actually. So we do got a pretty decent risk regarding severe weather here for the Northeast here. So tomorrow we'll need to be a little weather aware up there. Now, you said for Erie, you guys are not actually in the risk. You're just shy of that risk, but like I said, I wouldn't be surprised because you're right next to that marginal. The next update could include you, so I wouldn't completely put your guard down, but there is still a possibility for a couple thunderstorms. We'll just see if they're going to update that to severe potential, but you're close to it. Now, like I was saying, tomorrow's biggest concern regarding severe weather is going to be throughout the central side of the state of Pennsylvania, northeastern Pennsylvania here, even a little sliver there towards like southern New York State. We have a pretty good shot for severe weather. That's your level 3 threat, including like Clearfield, let's see, Altoona, Williamsport, Scranton area here. You guys are in that, like, the greatest threat for tomorrow regarding severe weather. Then we have the level 2 towards Pittsburgh, just shy of Albany, New York there. We have, like, Harrisburg. Some of those regions there in that level 2 threat overall. And, of course, we do have ourselves, like I said, that marginal risk out there, which is that level 1, that low-end severe weather threat there. So throughout, like, portions of Ohio, West Virginia, basically as far west as western Ohio is like where the threat starts, and it goes all the way up to even like towards central western Massachusetts there. So just if you're in the dark green, the yellow, or the orange, you're at risk tomorrow. Now, we do have breakdowns. Like I said, here's your tornado probability. The greatest potential for tornadoes tomorrow is going to be across western and central Pennsylvania. We got a 5% risk regarding tornadoes, so within 25 miles of a given point. For example, you'll use Altoona for an example. So within 25 miles of Altoona, there's a 5% chance a tornado could drop in that perimeter. So if you think about it, the odds are still pretty low, but you should still be weather aware because, across the whole area as a collective, there's going to be the potential for a couple tornadoes tomorrow. So definitely need to look out for that. But yeah, so 5% chance for these areas, 2% for the green. Once again, that's the lowest threat for tornado probability. Would not stress over it, wouldn't freak out about it. But like I said, just still be weather aware tomorrow. Keep an eye on it. No reason for panic, of course. And like I said, we'll keep y'all updated. Like I said, I'll be live. So if there's a tornado warning, I'll address it. I'll let you know where it's at, what it's doing, and all that stuff. So I got y'all covered. So don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Hail probability. So we do got a shot for some hail. 15% chance. Same thing. We're talking within 25 miles. For an example, we'll use Du Bois here. So within 25 miles of Du Bois here, there is a 15% chance of having hail, maybe up to quarter size. Not expected to be anything super large, which is good news. Nothing expected to be anything massive. Hail should be between 1 and 2 inches in diameter tomorrow, so nothing above is expected as of now. Like Pittsburgh's included, so within 25 miles of Pittsburgh, 15% chance. Brown, 5% chance, so pretty low. Now, here's where it gets a little crazy. So the winds, this is actually the reason why we have an enhanced risk tomorrow, is just for the damaging winds. Now, winds will likely be between 60 and 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Out there towards like central Pennsylvania, northeastern Pennsylvania, once again towards Scranton, Williamsport, Schmacken, I think it is, Milroy, Altoona. You guys are in, like I said, that level 3 threat for damaging winds. So, once again, an example, within 25 miles of Williamsport, there is a 30% chance in this case. Yeah, 30% chance here within 25 miles of the kind of orange color here, of seeing, like I said, damaging winds up to between 60 and 70 mile per hour wind gusts out of those storms. So we'll definitely need to look out there for that. So yeah, that's tomorrow's threat. So we'll be live tomorrow to cover that. But like I said, just look at the sheer size. I mean, you think this is a pretty big threat here, but yeah, look what happens when we work way over here into Sunday. Yeah, Sundays is just a little bit bigger. So yeah, Monday. This is for Monday, sorry. Monday and Tuesday, it's going to be a pretty big risk day. So that's for Monday, and then here's for Tuesday. Like I said, I think we'll get a Wednesday threat towards areas by the Ohio Valley. It's just not present yet. Models are still a little meh, but it does look like that threat possibly could carry over into the Ohio Valley, which I would keep an eye on it. It probably won't be as bad of a threat as it works its way towards the Ohio Valley. The strongest of it's going to be towards like the Central Plains, Midwest, more than likely. And it'll slowly decay as it goes northeast here. But of course, still a decent threat up here by the Midwest too. And we'll see about like the Ohio Valley. It'll probably be a little bit lower of a threat compared to some of these other areas. Let's see, Andrew, you got to be live Friday so I can spend my birthday with me like I do with you. Oh, sounds good, Tori. You said for Friday? Coming up Friday. I'll probably be live for an update or something because we're typically live every day to give you guys updates on everything. So just another reason to subscribe if you haven't already. So consider subscribing. Not going to force you to, like some other YouTubers are like crazy about that. Consider it. It could come in use one day. I mean, it's free. It's just a click of a button. It could literally save your life one day because I've happily saved a lot of people's lives on this channel. I'm very thankful for. And like I said, it could definitely come in handy. Also, consider leaving a like too. It'd be much appreciated. Like I said, it'll help get that word out there, help boost the algorithm. So I would really much appreciate that. And like I said, you could actually help people by doing that. So once again, I appreciate y'all. But anyways, let's see here. Roby says, thank you for the update. True. Thanks mods, newcomers, friendliest weather group around. Let's see here to all this, but fat guy's gonna go. Okay, Roby, sounds good. Sounds good, my friend. Let's see here. Teller says, could the one in Iowa and southern Wisconsin change to include northern Wisconsin? So yeah, for that we're gonna look at the models. So honestly, yeah, so at that point, we need to look at long-range models. I personally don't think so. The reason is because that low-pressure system is going to be positioned right over eastern Iowa and tracking northeast. So for northern Wisconsin, in order to receive severe weather, that low-pressure system would need to be way up here, way up there. So that way the instability can creep further up into the country. that does not seem likely at all. So I wouldn't stress over it. I think you're good. But yeah, for the areas in Wisconsin, the greatest probability regarding severe weather is going to be there towards that southern side, towards like the southern half at least of the state overall. Yeah, but like I said, the odds of that happening is like not really likely at all. So let's see. Tori says, I have subscribed. Thank you, Tori. Appreciate it. Yeah, you've been around here a while, Tori. Let's see. I'm in Ohio. I don't know. It's gonna be a tornado or not, says Ian. So, yeah. So when it comes to it, Ohio, like I was saying, as of now, from the Storm Prediction Center, we do not have a risk for Wednesday. But given the last few models and stuff like that, there is still a lot of instability available for severe storms, as well as the winds are still pretty strong at this point, from that low pressure system. So, given how strong those winds are still, they're not as bad as obviously towards the Central Plains, but given how strong our winds are in our lower upper atmosphere, plus the amount of instability or thunderstorm juice we have, the fuel, there definitely still could be some severe storms. I definitely do think so. And it's not a new thing on the models either. So we get the previous run, you can see that there's still that same availability. We go to the run this morning here, still showing the same thing. I mean, it's a little different each run, of course, because models, they're not perfect. But it seems like it's actually trending to more instability in the last couple of runs here from the GFS. So that could be more of a concern for Wednesday. We'll see. But like I said, we'll focus on at least the next 2-3 days first before we look at Wednesday here, because it is still a couple days away, of course. But models are trending towards it. So we'll definitely see. Let's see here. Saving lives is hard work too. Streaming's not easy, my friend. It's a little hard. Some people think that streaming's pretty easy, just sit down and talk. While that is true, it is mentally and physically exhausting. Streaming is not easy. It's really not easy. But anyways, let's see here. Justin says, my hat's off to your channel and everything you do. I subscribe to you. Keep being awesome. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate that, man. That is greatly appreciated. I really appreciate that. Luke says you stream tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow for the coverage. Like I was mentioning here, guys. Tomorrow we got a severe threat coming up for the Northeast. So to my folks out there up in the upper Northeast here, kind of towards southern New England and eastern Ohio Valley, northern Mid-Atlantic. Yeah, so we got ourselves a little bit of a threat tomorrow. Once again, the greatest concern, guys, for tomorrow's severe weather threat, we'll be live for, is going to be up there towards that orange. And the reason that that's the biggest area is because that's where the greatest potential of damaging winds is going to be. Once again, 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. So here's your probability, once again, regarding damaging winds. So across the orange, there's a 30% chance that we could see damaging winds between 60 and 70 miles an hour. Now, the yellow, that's a 15% chance, lower threat as you could tell, and even the brown, even lower than that, 5%. So 5, 15, 30, so 5% chance of damaging winds happening within 25 miles of you, 15% chance of damaging winds happening between 25 miles of you, and of course, the biggest threat, 30% chance of damaging winds 60 to 70 miles an hour occurring within 25 miles of you. So that is the threat for that. Now, tornadoes will be a concern tomorrow. The overall threat is mostly for the whole convective outlook here. But like I said, I wouldn't stress over it, really. Like I said, the greatest potential for tornadoes, though, will be across central and western Pennsylvania, which is a 5% chance. Same thing. Within 25 miles of a given area, there's a 5% chance. For example, we'll use like Altoona here. Within 25 miles of Altoona, there's a 5% chance a tornado could drop somewhere in that region there. So odds, if you really think about it, is not the highest, but you definitely still need to be weather aware. You definitely still need to be watching the radar and the weather. Like I said, I'll be live here tomorrow. So another reason to subscribe, because I'll be here covering this tomorrow so you guys can see what is going on with the storms here. But yeah, so 5% chance there regarding that overall, and something we'll definitely need to keep a close eye out there for sure. Like I said, the probability for one specific area getting a tornado is pretty low, but if you collect as a whole, including all of the dark green, all of the brown, that's a pretty good shot. As a whole area of seeing a tornado, it's going to be quite likely we'll see a tornado or two, a couple tornadoes tomorrow. Definitely is actually likely. But like I said, for one area, it's a little low, but it's potentially could happen somewhere. But once again, don't overthink it. Don't stress over it. Like I said, just be weather aware. Be ready to go to shelter if, like I said, a warning gets issued. But like I said, it's not like a tornado outbreak or anything like this for tomorrow. Let's see here. Hail. Yeah, hail's also a little concern here. Actually, that's why the marginal extends all the way to western Ohio. It's because we're going to have the possibility for a little bit of hail between 1 and 2 inches in diameter. So nothing considered significant hail, being like 2 inches plus. That's not going to be a really big problem tomorrow as of now. Hail should remain between 1 and 2 inches, which, hail could get a little big in some instances. But honestly, like I said, it's not going to be anything like super crazy overall. Yeah, you're probably about to hear my dogs go off here in a minute because they're going outside. Let's see here. I have family in Scranton. So Scranton does have a pretty low hail probability. Let's see here. 2% tornado threat. Let's see here. When it comes to it, damaging winds, 30%. So we got to watch out there for the damaging winds and stuff like that. So that's going to be your main problem. Dude, my dog is going crazy. Yeah, you're going to hear my dog going off. Or my sister-in-law's taking the dogs out one at a time, and they go absolutely wild when they get separated. So that's why you're hearing them. They're big babies. Let's see. Tori says, I'm heading out and fixing Parmesan chicken. Stay safe. Oh, sounds good, Tori. Sounds good. Well, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for stopping by. And I'll see you in the next one, my friend. Let's see. See you later, Asher. Thanks for joining. Drew says, what I think for Lincoln, Nebraska on Monday. Let's see here. So Monday being day 3. Yeah, Monday being day 3. So for Lincoln, Nebraska... so like I said, they don't have a breakdown between the tornado, large hail, and damaging wind threat. But we do have a categorical outlook. We're in a slight risk, which is at level 2 out of 5 severe level. Still kind of on the lower side of the spectrum, but I definitely would keep it out there for severe weather. Honestly, if you want to, I really do think that we're going to be seeing mostly a damaging wind concern. Plus tornadoes, second threat, and then third probably hail. But the exact breakdowns as of right now it's not very much known, or not known in terms of no available outlook to show us the percentages. But we'll learn that tomorrow, though. Tomorrow it becomes a day 2 concern. So, for example, today's day 1, tomorrow's day 2, and then the day after is day 3. So tomorrow, which is today's day 2, will become day 1. Does that make sense? So the first day 1 and day 2, those have breakdowns. Day 3 does not, but it has a categorical outlook. Day 4 and further does not even have that. So hopefully that makes sense. It's a little odd how they do it, but I mean, it is what it is. It's very useful though. It really is. But yeah, no, we'll learn more about that tomorrow. That exact concern there. Anyways, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and hop y'all over here back to this. So like I was saying, here's our future radar regarding the storm, the timing of storms here. So first of all, let me hop over here to the upper northeast here. When it comes through it, we're gonna get this kind of line of storms rolling through. It looks like the timing of storms is gonna happen kind of early evening, actually. It looks like right there, maybe early afternoon rolling into, or sorry, kind of mid-afternoon, maybe rolling into the possibly like the early evening, essentially. So, yeah, the biggest threat of it's going to actually happen here between probably like 6 and 8 p.m. Eastern time. Now, that's just an estimate. Let me look at the HRRR here. We'll see what that has to show us here. Let's see here. Go ahead and pull up a different model run. It's obviously good to look at different models and different model runs here. We might have to drop to the 18 Zulu run, the long extended run here of HRRR here. So this model, wow. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so this one's about the same. It actually has those storms firing off here just south of that marginal risk. So right in here is where it has those storms firing off. So that's right around 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10, 11, 12, and then 1. It should die out just before it hits Baltimore, Maryland, and D.C. area. So, yeah, that's your timing. So, according to HRRR, looks like the big event happens right around between 6 and 8 or so. I'll be live for it for sure. Yeah, we'll be live here probably around 6, maybe 5. I might go live a little earlier before the event happens, just to get you all little updates and stuff like that before the storms start to come back there. Let's see here. Go ahead and hop over here to this. Yeah, so it does show a few storms actually possibly rolling through, this model anyways. This model does show a little bit of storms, so maybe some AM storms here that could honestly affect the maturity of the second big wave that comes through by the evening time. Sometimes if you get some early convection, it definitely can allow for that second wave of storms to not play out as expected. So we'll have to consider that. We'll see tomorrow, obviously, if those storms are there or not. Because, like I was saying, I don't think the HRRR did show that. I think that's just a NAM model just showing that. But yeah, but once again, between 4 Eastern time and between 4 and 8 p.m., that's like the open window for the worst of the severe storms. Once again, damaging winds may concern, couple tornadoes, and of course, maybe a little bit of hail too. We'll see. Let's see here. Donks get separation. Yeah, they do. They definitely do. Let's see here. What's up, Robert? Saying hello. Do you ever sleep? Yeah, I do. I do, believe it or not. Let's see. How about Springfield, Missouri? Anything to keep an eye out there for today or the next few days? So yes, actually, Springfield, Missouri. You need to be on the lookout there for. Let's see here. So not today, not tomorrow, but for Monday. Monday is where you need to look out there for. So Springfield, coming up on Monday, we got a little marginal risk. Like I said, there's no breakdown for severe weather right now regarding tornadoes, large hail, and damaging wind potential. But we do got ourselves, a little marginal risk out there. So there's a possibility for a couple strong and severe storms. Although right now, the odds are fairly low. But then you work into Tuesday. I think, Tuesday is going to be a pretty decent concern for your area. So probably early Tuesday, actually. You're probably going to see a bit of severe weather activity. Robert, so I'll be live for that. So like I said, the next couple of days here, I'm going to be super active regarding severe weather. Like I said, starting tomorrow. Tomorrow, then of course Monday, then Tuesday. Wednesday, maybe even Thursday, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a busy next couple of days, unfortunately. It's just the season we're in. It just kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Mother Nature's going to do what she wants to do. But yeah, so I would watch out for probably early Tuesday, as you do have a 15% chance for severe weather, which is, like I said, definitely is a possibility there. Let's see here. Oh yeah, sorry, Russian. I didn't mean to skip or to do that. I kind of forgot, honestly, so my bad. It's about you about sounding in Gart County, Kansas. Let's see. Let me figure out where that's at even. I mean, I'm not even too sure exactly where that county's at. Gart? Is it Gart County? I have no idea how you say that. Let's see here. Kansas. Oh, okay, so you're out there just slightly to the west of Topeka. Gotcha. All right, so the thing about your area is let's actually bring up the NAM model here. So yeah, the thing about your area there is the fact that you're going to be in some of that strongest wind shear. There's a bit of a cap for that region. Let me grab one of these soundings here just to kind of look at it real quickly, and I'll let you know what I see. Okay, so, I mean, given this sounding, it's nothing super wild for tornadoes. There is a little bit of a capping inversion there, so there's a little bit of a warm spike in our temperatures in our lower atmosphere. Could help prevent storms from even happening. Here's one. It could be a little better. Let's try this one. We'll see what's going on there. Going to grab another sounding out there for you. So, yeah, this one does support maybe a weak tornado or two. A little bit better of those instability, but there's still a bit of a warm layer there that could prevent those storms from really happening. I don't know. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on it. This is kind of one of the things we're going to have to just watch over the next little bit here to see. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on it. Like I said, Russian, we'll definitely watch out there for it. And like I said, if there's anything that crazy pops up, like I said, we'll be talking about it for the next couple of days, I'm sure. But for sure, yeah. So let me actually hop over to the Northeast real quickly. I kind of want to grab some views of what's going on here tomorrow. Let's see. So, yeah, we do have ourselves that little window of instability that does open by the Ohio Valley, portions up there by, like, Pennsylvania. From what it looks like, it's going to be kind of a pretty quick event. It doesn't look like it's going to last more than, like, 5 hours, which that's considered a pretty slow or pretty quick event overall. Let me see here. So let me grab a sounding. Northwestern Pennsylvania. This is for 21 Zulu on Sunday. So for example, it's almost midnight Zulu time here, so it's almost 8 o'clock p.m. So 21 Zulu, that would be I think 5 p.m. 5 p.m. That's roughly when those storms start going too. So Northwestern Pennsylvania. Let's just grab a sounding. I kind of want to see the environment here to see kind of what we're looking out there for. Thank you, Andrew. Gary, not Gary. I missed it first. Oh, no, you're good. You're good, man. Don't worry about it. Okay, so what I just see here, honestly, yeah, it looks like mostly just straight line winds being a concern. While there could be the isolated tornado threat, like I said, I think this is mostly just going to be damaging wind potential. Honestly, the hail side of things isn't even that wild either. We could get some hail growth, of course, but yeah, nothing significant, I don't think, regarding hail. But we could get a little bit of something regarding hail. So we'll see about all that. But yeah, I think your main threat's honestly going to be like the potential there for damaging winds and all. Then we grab our way down here towards 8 p.m. 8 p.m. here tomorrow. So right around this time tomorrow, exactly. Actually, 3 minutes ago or 3 minutes off. So let's see what we got. Yeah, honestly, same thing. So if you notice, I'm not expecting you guys to know much about all this because it's a little bit of gibberish to an average folk, but the winds are throughout the atmosphere. So this is elevation here. This is ground level. This is upper atmosphere. So the winds are pointing east. They're blowing from the west to the east, and they're all in a relatively straight line. So the winds throughout the atmosphere is mostly non-directional, which you really need that change in wind direction in your lower atmosphere to really get some tornadoes going. Honestly, yeah, it's not super impressive, to be honest with you. Let me grab another sounding. There's a lot of instability according to NAM out there by like Ohio, actually. Wow. See, so you can actually see for yourself. There's a bit of a disagreement in the models there. So like the Ohio area, we have about 2,000 joules per kilogram of instability. And the wrap, we have about 1,300. So there's an obvious difference here between the models. So let's go ahead and grab one just kind of in that worst zone, 2,000 K. We'll see what that model shows us. Wife of a grumpy old Marine says, thank you, Andrew. Sure appreciate you. You're very welcome. No problem. No problem. Okay. So let's see here. So yeah, a storm like this could potentially produce a tornado or two. Got a lot of instability according to this model, like I was saying, though, which is definitely, you can see that in our mid-upper levels, a lot of instability. So we could get some pretty tall thunderstorms out of that. That's if, the big if that happens. NAM, you know what? The NAM 3 kilometer actually kind of agrees with the NAM, but that's just because they're both NAM models. This one's just a little more higher resolution there, but yeah. Huh. I mean, there's enough instability. There is. Let's see here. Bring this back up, and we'll bring our low-level winds. I mean, yeah, we got some pretty strong winds, but they're easterlies. They really need to be northerlies if they really want to do some things. Honestly, I mean, I think there could be a couple weak tornadoes tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy, honestly. That's my opinion, though. Sewing says, where do I think the bullseye is? I take it by the models I've seen. We got multiple waves. Yeah, so this is tomorrow's wave regarding severe weather. Now, coming for, I know you're in Oklahoma, so your big day is going to be Monday, in which I think you are in the enhanced, the biggest risk out there. Aren't you by, like, somewhere up here? Like, I forgot exactly where you're at, but you're somewhere up in here, aren't you? Yeah, so you got an enhanced, which is pretty good threat there. So for Monday, like I said, this is for Monday's threat, guys. The greatest probability for severe weather is going to be up there in north central Texas, kind of out there by like let's see here, Vernon, Wichita Falls area. Let's see, also like central and western Oklahoma, out there by like Oklahoma City, Elk City, Lawton. You guys are in that risk. Shy of Tulsa, and of course we got Wichita, Kansas in effect there in that level 3 threat. Once again, no breakdown, no probability for tornadoes, damaging winds, or hail yet. We'll learn that tomorrow. considering this is day 3 outlook. But yeah, you know me, we'll definitely be on top of it. We'll keep an eye on it, of course. Anyways, guys, if y'all have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Like I said, we're going to be here for you. I want to be here to help y'all out and to help you guys be weather aware out there. So, like I said, if y'all have, let's see here. If y'all need anything, please don't hesitate to let me know, my friends. Let's see here. Rhonda says, thank you, Andrew, for your dedication and keeping us aware of what's going on to keep us safe. You're very welcome, Rhonda. I'm glad to be here for you. Glad to help out. But thank you, Rhonda. Appreciate that. Glad to be here, my friend. See about 1:35 in far northern Oklahoma. So sowing. Gotcha. Yeah, so you're gonna want to watch out there, sowing, for that potential of severe storms. I would keep a close eye on it because, like I said, it could be a little interesting. I think damaging winds followed tornadoes is going to be the main concern, but we'll see. Oh my gosh, wife of a grumpy old Marine coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that. That is very sweet of you. Much appreciated. Thank you so much, wife of a grumpy old Marine. Big shout out goes to you. And really, seriously, thank you so much. And just know you didn't have to do that, my friend. That is much appreciated. I truly, really do appreciate that very much. So thank you so much. I am very, very thankful for all the support from you guys. So honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for all that has supported. And a special thanks to wife of a grumpy old Marine. Thank you so much once again for the 5. Appreciate it. Let's see. What kind of watch do I think will be issued? Knowing, I think probably a severe thunderstorm watch. They do typically issue. In a 5%, I've noticed they do typically issue tornado watches for 5%, but I have a feeling it's going to be mostly a severe thunderstorm watch. We'll see, of course. Let's see. I'm really close to the marginal risk on Monday. Yeah, so keep an eye on it. Missy, just know that the marginal risk, while it is a severe weather threat, it's a low shot. So it's nothing like outbreak in that, not in the marginal. So, but we'll keep an eye on it. So you're welcome. Just wish I can give you more. Nah, don't worry about it. Wife of Grumpy. Honestly, that 5 is very supportive, and it's much appreciated. It's never about the amount, honestly. It's really just the thought is all it is. So honestly, thank you. Like I said, it's never about the amount. Like I said, you guys don't even have to donate in the first place. It does help me out, of course. That's how I make my living, but of course, like I said, you guys don't have to donate. You know, just as long as you guys are weather aware. The most I'd ever ask for you guys is just to consider subscribing and leaving a like, maybe sharing. That's all I would ever ask for. But when it comes to donations and money, you guys really don't have to do any of that. I just hope you know that. But but like I said, if y'all have any questions here, we're gonna be here for you guys. Let's see here. Melody says, being on the edge of Lake Michigan, still worry water spouts they get crazy and up on land become tornadoes. Yeah, that's kind of a big thing also for the Gulf too. Really just coastal water areas. You got to watch out for water spouts because, given the fact, like, here's a little bit of a cool example. So for example, like out there by a coast, doesn't really matter where. So if you have a supercell or a rotating thunderstorm that goes over the water, you got to think. The water, there's no terrain, there's no hills, or there's no valleys. It's just flat. You got to think the water is just flat. So these storms can really get going because it's just a flat surface. That's why a lot of the plains has like super crazy tornadoes, is because like the terrain is just flat. Partially why. But yeah, but I've noticed a lot is like whenever water spouts move inland, they quickly destabilize. And then they quickly either die out. Sometimes they keep going, but yeah, most of them I've seen, they usually like really kind of destabilize because they start to get a lot of drag from going over land, believe it or not. There's a lot of drag from tornadoes that once they go over land versus the water, from the difference in terrain and all that stuff. Houses, buildings, even like I said, a collective of little buildings and stuff can, believe it or not, cause a bit of influence. But yeah, so I mean, it makes sense because the water's just flat, man. It's easy for things to really get going. Anyways, So like I said, yeah, we're going to be live tomorrow. Once again, I'm planning maybe 5 p.m. or so. Not exactly sure, like I said, exactly what time we're going to go live, but it just depends on what the storms are doing. More than likely, I might go live early to give you guys an update, and then we'll shift gears into severe weather coverage. So, Melody says, absolutely, I've seen plenty of water spouts over Lake Michigan. Yeah, no, they happen. Let's see here. We've had an EF3 from water spouts going onshore so far this year. Have we? Wow. I know we had a couple of naders. What's up, Hunter? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. What's up, Marvin? What's up from southwestern Ohio? What's up, Marvin? Hope you're doing good, man. Mine says, how is southeast Massachusetts looking like for thunderstorms? So we got a possibility for a couple booms of thunder tomorrow. So a couple of thunderstorms are possible tomorrow, but the good news, as of now, they're not expected to be anything severe. So they're not going to be damaging. They're not going to be anything super, super wild. But like I said, with that in mind, there is still going to be the potential for some thunderstorms, thunder, lightning, heavy rainfall. That's still going to be possible. But regarding the severity of things like tornadoes, hail, large hail, damaging winds, generally not expected for you tomorrow. So it's just a little bit of a normal thunderstorm threat. Once again, rain, maybe some gusty winds even, and maybe a couple of thunder and lightning strikes, or lightning strikes with thunder. I guess that would be it. So yeah. Let's see here. So honestly, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it really. I mean, just keep an eye on it. Like I said, we'll cover this tomorrow, and obviously, if there's any updates to push you into that severe weather concern, like I said, just tune in tomorrow around the same time. I should be live still, in which I will I'll address it for you. I'll let you know if there's any risk for you. So we'll be here. We'll be here tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna be busy the next couple of days here. So we got, let's see here, obviously Saturday. Today, no severe weather really going on today. A little threat up in Oregon, nothing big. Tomorrow, Sunday, yeah, that's where we start up in the northeast here for this guy. So up in here for tomorrow, we'll be live for that. Then, of course, the big day coming up here for Monday. Monday, pretty big threat here overall, and even Tuesday. Got a threat up there. We'll be live for Tuesday, probably even live for Wednesday, and maybe even Thursday. So. It's going to be a busy next couple of days, unfortunately. Logan says, I'd stay just northeast of Tulsa. Do I think we'll be under the 3 out of 5 threat? Honestly, I really don't know. You're close to that level 3 threat, of course. And, it's just a matter of a short distance if they add you into it. Like I said, I really can't tell you if they will. It really just kind of comes up to the models. If models start agreeing on more severe activity out there, then they might push it for you. But in the current outlook, they don't have you in that. But like I said, given how close you are, I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be some changes by the time we reach tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll definitely see there. Or sorry, I should say for not tomorrow. My bad. Day after tomorrow, Monday. What's up, Braven? Hope you're doing good, my friend. Russian says, I hope the cap stops any major storms here and here. Yeah, hopefully. I hope so. But from some of the models regarding this event, it doesn't seem like there's going to be that much of a cap in some areas there. Like if we hop back over here to the models and take a look at this, I mean, for your area, maybe. But, ultimately that cap does break and does allow for this open field of instability to convect with no hesitation. It's pretty widespread too. I mean, it really goes across the Midwest there. Yeah, and of course that does go a lot further down south there too. Yeah, so I think definitely we'll get a lot of storms squeezing past that cap though. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Let's see here. But anyways. All right, we're going to hop on back here. But yeah, guys, like I said, if y'all have any questions, feel free to let me know. Like I said, we're going to be here for you guys to keep y'all weather aware, keep y'all updated. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be live to cover this. I mentioned that a million times, but Obviously, for the new people joining us, we'll be live to cover this. So, like I said, I can get how it is a little concerning, or a little, concerning. Here's tomorrow's threat, by the way. I can understand how it's a little nerve-wracking, a little scary. Trust me, I used to be in that same boat. But, like I said, just know that there'll be somebody there to cover this for you. Like I said, I'll be here for you guys to cover this. So whenever the storms do start firing off here, we'll be here to address and hopefully help you guys out. Which threat do I think is the worst? Is he northern or southern on Tuesday? Let's see. Are you talking just out of Tuesday in general? Northern or southern on Tuesday? Okay, so if you're just talking about Tuesday, if you're wondering like the worst area, that's really hard to tell. That's really hard to say because, what it really comes down to is like, how strong the wind speeds are in both the lower and upper atmosphere, which way they're pointing, how much instability we have. So where you have the most spin in the atmosphere, where you have the most instability, where you have the most change in wind direction with our wind speeds throughout the atmosphere, that is where the greatest potential could be. There is a parameter we call supercell composite. This basically just takes all those necessary ingredients for severe thunderstorms, like potential for damaging storms, and kind of puts them all together and gives you like a value based off of how potentially severe it could be. In which you can see here coming up for basically Tuesday. It's really kind of spread out throughout the Midwest and into portions of the southern Midwest there. Same thing with that tornado parameter there. I think, though, for Tuesday, late Monday, sorry. I think late Monday could be a little impactful. Yeah, I think Monday is probably going to be worse than Tuesday. But we'll see. I mean, obviously, it could still change a little bit. Ernie says, will the threat start early morning Tuesday for Northwest Illinois? I believe so, my friend. I believe so. You said for when? Early morning Tuesday, sorry. Actually, it kind of looks like an evening threat for Tuesday. Let me look. So here's an example. Here's a NAM model. So yeah, so you said northwestern Illinois. Okay, so you're up in this area here. So so this is basically for like pretty much late Tuesday, early Wednesday, actually, near early Wednesday. So it'll be late Tuesday on your threat. Let's see here, early Tuesday. Yeah, there's not going to be enough instability really out there plus it'll be capped out too, so storms really shouldn't fire in that environment. It's not going to be until the evening of Tuesday is whenever storms are going to start firing off for you. So that's the timing. That's whenever everything opens up. Let's see here. Douglas coming with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Douglas. I appreciate that. That is much appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much for the 2. You are awesome, dude. I really appreciate that, my man. Let's see. I think... Here, let's take a moment real quickly, guys. We're going to hop and see if there's any flooding threat. We had some pretty bad flooding with that last event there. Let's see. Let's look at tomorrow's flooding threat. Okay, so tomorrow we got a little flooding threat up there in the northeast there. Level 1. Not really anything too bad. Pittsburgh, Scranton areas. Some of those areas that's prone to flooding. In the dark green there. Just keep an eye on it. Small chance for some flooding tomorrow. Shouldn't be as bad as the other day, of course. Day 3, so Monday. Yeah, we got a big flooding risk all the way down from north central Texas going all the way up to southwestern South Dakota, kind of where that severe weather is expected to be. Up here, it's, once again, kind of a low-end flooding threat overall. Let's see here, day 4. Oh, wow, look at that thing. Holy cow, that's a big flooding threat. The good news is it's a low-end flooding threat. It's nothing massive, or nothing huge in terms of nothing huge in terms of flooding probability. But that is a big area, though. Like, wow, that is just kind of crazy. Day 5. So at this point, I think we're going into Wednesday, right? Pretty sure Wednesday. I think so. Let's see. So today's day 1. Today's Saturday. Day 2 Sunday. Day 3 Monday. Day 4 Tuesday. Day 5 Wednesday. Yes, day 5 Wednesday. Yeah, so Wednesday we got a little threat up there towards the Ohio Valley and stuff here too. Alice says, can I take soundings in Tuesday threat if you can? If you can, that's okay. So let's see here. So where do you want me to look at the sounding for, Alice? Is there any area you want me to? Russian says, I'm probably going to be up all night Monday because I like watching severe stuff. It's happening, so I know exactly what's going on. Yeah, it's good to be weather aware, my friend. It really is. And like I said, I'll be live here throughout much of the events, I'm sure, considering we typically do cover a lot of the events here. So I will be live at least every day of severe weather for a little bit of time. So yeah, feel free to join us, and we'll be talking all about it, I'm sure. Yeah, like I said, tomorrow I definitely am planning on coverage sometime late afternoon, early evening, because we got that event up in the Northeast there we got to look out for. Alice wants me to look at Northwest Illinois. Okay. You said for Tuesday threat? Okay. Yeah, I got you. So this is a NAM model. This is our mid-range model here. We're just going to grab one right here. Northwestern Illinois. We'll see what we got going on there. Yeah, you're closer to that low pressure system, so the wind should be a little stronger up in some of these areas. It's kind of a funky funky photograph. Storms, yeah, they should have really no problem firing here. Let's see. In this environment, I think that there could be some damaging winds too. So damaging winds and hail probably the main concern with a weak tornado possible. Maybe a spin up or two. Definitely seems possible because, like I was saying there, right up on that low pressure system, on that kind of top northeast quadrant, that's typically where you have your most favorable wind shear to instability ratio. Therefore, in some cases, that could be where you have your strongest tornadic activity. Because there's more turn in the lower atmosphere. Because, right up on that low, the winds change directions more frequent, more quickly than they do, say, down here further down into that cold front in this case. Let's see here. Thank you, Dano, for subscribing. Or Daniel. Appreciate it. Let's see. What's up, Scott? Hope we're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. Let's grab another model, though. Let's grab, RAP. Never mind. I don't think RAP goes that far out yet. We'll try one of these. Oh, there's a pretty big cap there. We'll go ahead and grab south of that cap here. Let's see what the GFS says, which GFS is a long-range model. Not always the best to look at these. Shows less turn in the atmosphere. That I do see. Yeah, I think damaging winds probably the main problem up there, if I'm going to be quite frank with y'all. Damaging winds probably. See our dew points. We get a lot of moisture up there. That's for sure. 60-degree dew points. Anytime you get in the 60s, 70s, that's a lot of available moisture in our lower atmosphere, which is good for those storms to pop off. What's up, Birdie? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Hope all is well with you. Yeah, there definitely is a lot of a lot of moisture available with this system rolling through. Can I check a sounding for Southern Illinois around the area, St. Louis Metro? Yeah, I got you. No problem. Let's see, so you said around St. Louis, so Southern Illinois by St. Louis. So maybe over here, maybe? Okay, so this is for the kind of evening of Tuesday. Almost Wednesday. But yeah, it's evening Tuesday. So take this with a grain of salt. Once again, this is one model here. Whoa. Okay. So a sounding like this is a little concerning. I'm not trying to scare you, but so we do a lot of change in wind directions here. That is a pretty good sounding, not going to lie. So if you look closely, so think of this. This is our ground, and this goes up in the altitude. So this is looking at the atmosphere from a side perspective, right? So surface, mid-atmosphere, upper atmosphere. That's all you really need to know. So here in our lower atmosphere, you can see that there's a bit of a change in wind direction. So this points in the way that the winds are going. So, for example, the winds at this elevation are going northeast. Winds over here going northeast. So look at the surface. The winds are actually going north, as you can kind of see, and they slowly change directions here. You know, you can kind of see how it's kind of changing from the north to the northeast. So that change in wind directions can allow for some spin ups to occur. And in this case, there is a pretty good amount of wind shear. Like we got a pretty good amount of rotating potential in the storm. We call this helicity. A lot of helicity, a lot of strong lower level wind shear, and big change in that direction, which could really cause a few spin ups to occur. We got a little bit of a hooking hodograph there, which I think definitely could support some of those. Instability about 1,000 joules per kilogram. It's enough. D-Cape 700s, potential for some damaging wind gusts. Given especially how strong our lower level winds are, that could definitely do some things like, obviously damaging winds and tornadoes and stuff. Roy, dude, thank you so much for becoming a tropical stormer. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Roy. Thanks for the support, and welcome aboard, my friend. But yeah, so remember though, like I said, that's one model, of course. So take that with a grain of salt. Let me try GFS here. Dude, the GFS shows a very capped out environment. Yeah, GFS is not the best model to look at regarding like capping inversions and instability and stuff. I've noticed GFS very differs from the mid-range and short-range models. It's good for looking like long ways, like far down the line, to see if there's any potential of instability and stuff, but like when you get up onto the event, it's not the best model to look at. Lala says, thanks for checking. I'll stay weather aware Tuesday. Good. Well, you're very welcome, my friend. Glad to help out. Let's see here. Joshua says Wednesday. So Wednesday, I do think that we could carry into Wednesday with the severe weather. When it comes to it, like I was mentioning here, as of now, the Storm Prediction Center does not have a risk here for... Oops, that was weird. SPC does not have a risk here for Wednesday, but you can see as we approach afternoon, 21 Zulu, afternoon, evening of Tuesday here, we still have this big band of instability. This is our thunderstorm juice, thunderstorm fuel, and there's enough to get some storms going. Also with our winds, I mean, they're still moderately strong. So we got that low pressure system spinning up in the upper Ohio Valley, upper Midwest area, which is still amplifying our winds to be pretty strong, both in our lower and our mid atmosphere. So that's our lower atmosphere, mid atmosphere. Not as strong, of course, but also you notice the wind direction changes more to the east here. As we gain altitude. So there is that change in that wind direction we were talking about, which could get some things going there. Plus, like I said, over that same time period, there's all that instability available. But yeah, I do think Wednesday eventually will have at least a marginal risk. That's pretty much certain at this point. But yeah, we'll see. As of now, there's nothing. So, could I get a sounding for White County, Arkansas, northeast of Little Rock for Tuesday? Yeah, I could do that. Northeast of Little Rock. So Little Rock, so over here, I guess, in this region. Go ahead and grab one like right here. So you said northeast of Little Rock. So Little Rock's right here. So northeast. We'll go like right here. That's okay. So this is actually for like early Wednesday. This is right around midnight actually. So this is late stuff here. Okay, so there is definitely a bit of turn in our atmosphere. Once again, you can look at the lower level winds right at the surface or near surface. Winds are relatively kind of north, maybe slightly northeast here. But then you can see how as we go up in the altitudes here, the winds, they obviously do change directions, going from the north to more easterly. And like I was explaining a minute ago, if you're here, basically you can see that the winds are changing directions in that lower atmosphere. And they're also increasing in wind speeds as we go up higher in the atmosphere. So because we're changing winds quickly, but and then also because we're increasing our wind speeds quickly, this is allowing for some of these storms to rotate, that we call supercells, of course. It does look like this will be a favorable environment for tornadoes. Yes, given lower level winds and their change in direction, the amount of helicity that we're seeing here. Look at our hodograph. See how that little bit of an arch there? See that arch? That is basically showing that we do have ourselves the the lower level spin that we were talking about there. So between all that, plus our instability, there's not much of a cap in effect. You can't see that, but there's a good amount of instability. Yes, I do think tornadoes could be a concern in that area. Let's see here. Also, damaging winds, 700 DK plus with moderately modest, probably lower level winds could allow for some damaging wind gusts. I think possibly. Yeah, so we'll need to look out there for that region, of course, coming up on Tuesday, actually early Wednesday. So, unfortunately, like I was saying, that's kind of a nighttime sounding too. It is nighttime sounding. It's like almost midnight or right around midnight there. Anyways, Roy says thank you so much. You're very welcome, Roy. No problem. No problem at all, my friend. I'm glad to help out anytime I can. So we'll be here for you guys. You're welcome, Roy. Anytime. But yeah, so like I said, guys, if there's any questions y'all might have, feel free to let us know. Also on the event here too, like I was noticing, we got a lot of rich moisture here. So these are our dew points. So I was actually explaining this in last live stream that we did. The thing is that, like I said, the higher our dew points is, so warmer air holds more water vapor, right? Water vapor is very important for condensing into water droplets as it rapidly cools. So in our lower atmosphere here, the higher the dew point is, the more available moisture or the more water vapor molecules the air can hold versus the lower. So if it's lower dew points, it can't hold as much moisture. It can't carry as much moisture up to the cooler environment above. The higher the dew points are, which in this case, this is a pretty rich moisture level, especially in our lower areas here by like the southern plains and the western, southeastern Gulf Coast. So, or the western Gulf Coast, I should say. So, since we have such high dew points in these regions, so the atmosphere is capable of carrying more moisture, more instability, or sorry, not instability, more moisture, more water vapor is what I was trying to say. And it shoots that straight up into the atmosphere in the cooler environment, and it condenses into water droplets. So there could be a lot of rain associated with that. Maybe more damaging winds because of this. Yeah, just worse storms in general, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, that also carries up towards the Midwest there with those. I mean, really dew points in the 60s is like the Goldilocks zone. 60s, 70s is a good amount of moisture. Let's see here. Russian says, is it okay if I grab a sounding for Pleasanton, Kansas for Monday? It's where my girlfriend lives. I just want to make sure she'll be okay during the event. Yeah, of course. No problem, man. Let's see. So for Pleasanton, I need to see where this is at here. Okay, so this is kind of here, just pretty much far east side here of Kansas. Gotcha. So you're out right here. That's kind of where this is at. Okay. Got it. I'm going to look at the instability. Okay, so the timing of this is actually going to be probably like kind of morning, afternoon, maybe late morning, early afternoon of Tuesday here. Let me grab a sounding right here, right in the middle of all that. Just kind of see what the atmosphere could look like there. Okay, so given this atmosphere, there's not as much of a lower level spin as we were talking about. There's not as much change in wind direction and wind speeds. Honestly, our helicity is even pretty low there because of that. So our hodograph is mostly what we call linear, mostly just straight. Which typically can consist of mostly just damaging wind potential. I think some hail too. Given our pretty dry atmosphere for one, and pretty steep lapse rates in our mid atmosphere there too. So basically a change in temperature over a kilometer of altitude. The temperature drops about 7 degrees Celsius in 1 kilometer gap, which that's pretty good lapse rates there. But yeah, given that hail growth region, which is right in here essentially, it's kind of hard to see that because half of it gets cut off. But I do think hail, damaging winds, tornadoes, while I still think it's theoretically possible in some of those regions that could see tornadic activity, I feel like it's going to be, it is lower here according to the sounding, according to that, but like I said, take that with a grain of salt. That is one model. That is one model run. So, it could look a little different in the next models or the next model runs. So, it's really something just to take lightly or with a grain of salt, essentially. Just to kind of get an idea of what things could look like, Let's see. Pam says, is Beat Rice, Nebraska, going to get the storm coming on Monday? Yeah. So a lot of Nebraska is at risk. Let me go ahead and show you over here. So here's Nebraska. So you can see most of Nebraska is in the risk area. So we have the light green across the west. These areas are not at risk as of now for severe weather. Just a possibility for a couple thunderstorms. Nothing too crazy. So a couple thunderstorms possible out here. Now once you work your way into the dark green, that is where that severe potential starts. So across the dark green, there is a small chance for a couple strong to potentially severe storms. The odds are not in your favor, but still, just keep an eye on the weather. You should watch out for it. Then we dive into the yellow. Now, this is a greater threat for severe weather. So at this point, a couple of severe thunderstorms are quite possible in your area. So you're going to definitely want to spend the day watching the weather, keeping an eye on it, and stuff like that. But honestly, I mean, it's, yeah, like I said, there's no breakdown right now regarding this exact probability between the tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds. But like I said, we'll definitely just, we'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, you're in an area where I would be weather aware, of course. Let's see here. Thank you so much, Andrew. I'm glad I subbed. You're my favorite weather YouTuber. Thank you, Russian. Appreciate it, man. I am glad about that. Thank you. Thank you so much. What's the name of the app? I use a bunch of apps, but this one is WSV3. This is just a good app to look at to monitor the weather with. Let's see, does Oklahoma have to be? Let's see, Hera, Oklahoma have to be concerned? Unfortunately, like I was saying, also a lot of Oklahoma's at risk here for Monday. So look out for Monday. You definitely need to keep an eye on it. Let me see what level you're in. So let me take a look at this here and see what level you're in regarding the threat here. Okay, so you're in Oklahoma City. So you're actually, or just slightly east of Oklahoma City. Yep, there you are. So you, my friend, are in the greatest threat for severe weather coming up here for Monday. Now, don't freak out over it. Don't stress over it. It is a possibility for severe weather, and a couple of severe storms very likely could be around you. So just be careful on Monday. Keep an eye out there for it. Like I was explaining, as of now, there's no breakdown regarding tornado probability, damaging winds, or hail probability. There's no percentages yet. Tomorrow, we'll know more about that there. But yeah, like I said, you're in that greatest threat, my friend. Just be weather aware. Like I said, don't worry about it. But yeah, everything should be fine. But just keep an eye on the weather, definitely for Monday, of course. Let's see here. What about the Northeast/New England? So yeah, tomorrow we do got ourselves a pretty active day for southern New England anyways. We got a level 1 threat across the dark green, level 2 across the yellow, and a level 3 across the orange. The main problem tomorrow is going to be damaging winds. We're going to kind of get this straight line of storms coming from the north, actually moving relatively southward. So it's going to start up here, and it's going to work its way down. So the main event's going to be happening between like 4 and 8 p.m., I think, something like that. So, yeah, those areas, mostly damaging winds, a couple of tornadoes possible, maybe a little bit of hail, too, between 1 and 2 inches in diameter. Let's see, what about Central Texas looking for Monday? So it really depends on where you're at in Central Texas. The greatest concern for Texas on Monday is going to be towards Wichita Falls, Paducah area. Also with a decent threat towards Snyder, San Angelo, Abilene, Brady, Mineral Wells area, with a small shot for severe weather towards Dallas and just west of Austin. Austin's not in the risk there. Same thing for San Antonio. You guys are not at risk for severe weather, but there is a possibility for a couple of thunderstorms as of now. But no, that risk could change a little bit by the time we get to it, so we'll watch it. Let's see, Haley says, thank you so much. You're very welcome. Glad to help out, my friend. I am glad to help out. Let's see here. Pam says, I want to thank you so much for the time you're taking out of your busy day and everything you do to help everybody else like me and people around the United States be prepared for the worst. Pam, you are very welcome, my friend. I am very glad to be here for you guys, and I'm glad to help you guys out. Like I said, it just goes back to who I am. I love tracking weather, and when I can help people with doing what I do normally, I love it. I do. So it is no problem at all, my friend. It is really no problem at all. I love being here for you guys. I really do. Let's see. Rotus says, thank you. I'm waiting for the specific breakdown from the SPC. Yeah, so we'll get that tomorrow. Actually, tonight. It'll be pretty late, though. Like, probably 2 a.m. for you. I'm not exactly sure what time, but it's going to be sometime like early. It'll be after midnight, though. See, I love this time of the year. I grew up in Arizona. Thought monsoons were crazy. Moved here to Oklahoma, and nothing compares to the storms here. Yeah, there's some pretty wild storms, especially in the south. Honestly, somebody could say different, but I kind of feel like some of the worst storms happen in this area here. I feel like we get some of the craziest weather up in that area. Like towards the Ohio Valley, central kind of portion of the northern plains, southern plains. I feel like these areas get a lot of the crazy weather. And then you got some areas about the west that continuously gets bombarded by walls of rain from incoming low pressure systems. Yeah, we get quite a bit of rain out there sometimes. Sometimes. That's the big thing. Sometimes. But what time of day do I think the storms in Springfield, Missouri on Monday? Springfield, Missouri on Monday. Okay, so you're on the far eastern side. Honestly, so the models aren't really too agreeing with all this for Monday. From what it looks like, it might be a threat for mostly Tuesday regarding yours. So there's a bit of a cap in place. You can see there's a lot of instability available, but there's basically a warm layer in our lower atmosphere. So basically, as we go up in the altitude, in a specific point of our lower atmosphere, there's a place where the temperature really gets warm. And so as a thunderstorm updraft is rising, you actually want that air to get cooler instead of warmer. So that rising vertical column of air, we call an updraft, gets blocked from that cap. Blocked from that temperature change. And that's what the models are showing, is that cap in effect here. I can visually show it to you from a sounding here. Let's just grab one out there. But yeah, there should be just a big cap in effect here. There you go. See that right there? That is a cap. So this is just temperature with altitude. Simple. So for example, this is your freezing point, 0 degrees Celsius, 10 degrees Celsius. So yeah, as we go up in the altitude, you see the temperature drops. We have a lot of surface cape, and then we hit this boundary right here, which that rising column of air that the thunderstorm's trying to kick off can't go any further than that. I just realized it looks like the pi symbol. But yeah, it can't go any further than that barrier. So any thunderstorm that starts rising immediately gets shut down because of that layer. But it looks like the models, you can see that that's there. It seems like the models really do, for, once again, like I said, pretty much for kind of the afternoon of Tuesday, that's where that cap breaks. And that's where storms should be able to continue to convect. Let's see. What about Central Missouri? Yeah, so same thing for you guys, really. Just watch out there for pretty much Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, maybe in the morning of Wednesday. Could get a couple of severe storms out there. As of now, like I was explaining, we do have a risk for severe weather for you on Tuesday. A lot of Missouri, actually pretty much all of Missouri, is in that 15% area. So, for example, like I was saying, within 25 miles, we'll use Columbia for an example. So within 25 miles of Columbia, there's a 15% chance that we could have ourselves essentially, severe weather within 25 miles of that area. So, yeah, 15% chance overall. What's up, Kimberly? Hope you're doing good. Is Southwest Oklahoma City in a high chance for tornadoes? So let's see here. So like I was explaining, we don't have a probability breakdown yet regarding the exact potential for tornadoes, in terms of their percentage possibility. What I will say though is I mean, there definitely will be that potential for tornadoes. We'll wait till tomorrow for that, my friend, because like I said, tomorrow we'll know the exact percentage and stuff like that overall. But yeah, when it comes to it, it's just a little unknown with the exact percentage. But I would watch out because it does look like tornadoes could be a possible issue. You're very welcome, Everett. No problem. Ronaldo says, "Hi, Andrew. What's up? We're doing good. Anything we expecting in Stewart, Iowa on Tuesday and Wednesday?" Let's see here. Stewart, Iowa. Let's see what we got going on here for you. Let me bring this up here. Stewart, Iowa. So this is kind of on the area just slightly west of Des Moines. Gotcha. Okay, so Stewart's in the level 1 threat. Coming up here for Monday. Tuesday, let's see here. Tuesday, yeah, we're in the level 2 threat. Pretty much equivalent to a level 2 threat. So yes, we do have the risk mostly between like Monday and Tuesday. the way that models are talking, especially like the mid-range models and stuff, it looks like probably like late Tuesday you'll probably get your storms. Monday, I doubt you'll get anything, to be honest with you. I mean, there's going to be some CAPE available, some instability, but like I was explaining as well, there's a big cap, what we call, or a warm layer, or convective inhibition, basically just a big layer in our lower atmosphere that the temperature gets warmer than the area below it. So that actually kills off any thunderstorms that tries to form. And it looks like that cap breaks, so you can see that those kind of horizontal lines there. That's basically showing that we have a cap in place. And as we approach our way over here to 18 Zulu, which is like the afternoon for Tuesday, you can see how basically those horizontal lines, those parallel lines aren't even there. So at that point, it's like a free environment for storms to convect. Free environment for those storms to start occurring, essentially. So let's see here. You're welcome, Misty. No problem. You're very welcome, Maroxy. No problem as well. I don't have a shelter for tornadoes. Maroxy, I wouldn't worry about it. Like I said, we'll need to be weather aware, of course. We'll definitely need to watch the region. But like I said, I wouldn't freak out over this. Like I said, it's going to be, there's that potential, but like I said, it's nothing to worry yourself over. Because, like I said, I'm more than likely it's going to be totally okay for you. I wouldn't worry about it, my friend. That I would not. But anyways, y'all. Well, like I say, guys, if y'all have any questions, feel free to let us know. Wow, holy cow, we've been live almost 2 hours here. I didn't even realize how we've been live that long. Wow. So we've been live for quite a minute or two. Let's see. Dylan says 5% tornado risk tomorrow. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, we talked about it a few times. Let's see here. I'm always scared of storms, but thanks. Yeah. Don't worry about it, Maroxy. Like I said, I get it. Trust me. I used to be scared of storms too growing up. I grew out of it, thankfully. Like I said, what I recommend you guys do is learn how to read radar. So whenever storms are ongoing, you can kind of see if it's rotating, if there's a tornado on the ground or anything like that. But like I said, that's also why I'm here, is to kind of point you and show you what's going on at the moment being, so I can let you all know what's going on in Chicago. So Angela, there's a possibility for a couple severe storms by Chicago. Let's see here. Up to the models here. Looks like, honestly, probably early Wednesday is when you're going to get those storms here. There's a little opening there for, this would be like 1 a.m. Central Time. This would be 2 a.m. Eastern. Let's grab a sounding, see what's going on up there. Yeah, maybe a weak tornado. There's a little bit of lower level wind, little bit of lower level spin going on there. Changing our wind speeds and wind directions with altitude. It's a little bit of a funky photograph there, but let's see here. I mean, there's enough instability to get things going. I think, honestly, more of a damaging wind and hail threat more than tornadoes, to be honest. But yeah, that is one model after all. Like I said, one model, one opinion. Let's see, any tornado chances? Yeah, it would probably be lower end, more than likely, Angela. But we'll definitely keep an eye on it. But, that could change a little bit by the time we get to it because, as we start observing this event here, we also learn more about it. So the models, as we observe this system, as the system starts, we can observe if it's, we can compare it to what the models were showing. And obviously the new model runs during the event, we'll be able to kind of take where it's at now and progress it forward, which could be more accurate. What do I think the tornado threat will be in general? Man, it really depends. At least a 5%, I would say. Now, obviously, that's up to the SPC. I'm not the SPC. Like I said, I'm not the Storm Prediction Center, but like I said, let's see here. Yeah, dude, SIGTOR parameter, basically just mixing all that stuff we were talking about. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, Let me just, obviously this is kind of what we call a cherry pick sounding, kind of like one of the worst case scenarios, but let's just grab a sounding and see what this says. Could be capped out for a while, I know, which it is. Yeah, there's a little bit of a cap there. Honestly, yeah, I'd say at least a 5%, honestly. I mean, just given how things have been, Let's see here. This is for basically the early, like a little, like an hour or two after midnight at this point for a sounding out there. But yeah, probably out there by Kansas and stuff. Maybe 10, but like I said, that's just a little far fetched right now. I wouldn't take that serious. That I would not. But anyways, guys, if you guys could, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. We are literally 15 subscribers away, guys, from reaching 25,300. If we can reach that tonight, guys, that would be awesome. So if you haven't already, go ahead and double check. Even if you think you're subscribed, just go down there, double check, because sometimes YouTube's stupid and unsubscribes people for no reason. So just go down there and check. Make sure that you're subscribed. It would be greatly appreciated. Like I said, we're getting close, man. We are definitely close to 25.3. It's crazy, man. So thank you guys once again. Consider it. Leave a like while you're at it. It'd be greatly appreciated. Any advice for someone who wants to be a meteorologist? Study. Just like I said, start early. The earlier you start, just start learning bits and bits of things. Just there's a lot of websites that you can look at. To really kind of get your spark interest into it. Like models and stuff like that. Just learn the basics first. Learn how to read radar, then go into like model and start to forecast and stuff like that. Then obviously, once you get the education, then you could go and try to become a meteorologist. But let's see here. But yeah, guys, like I said, if y'all have any questions, feel free to let us know. Yeah, so it does look like probably for Tuesday. I mean, just according to the way that the latest models are being here. It does kind of seem like the Kansas, maybe the Western Ohio, like some of those regions, there probably could be in some of the worst of the activity there. Let's see here. Yeah, like given, it's a bit capped out there though. Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta watch that cap. Like supercell composite's not the best because it doesn't take in consideration a capping inversion. It basically just kind of shows you based off of the instability that's available plus the wind shear and moisture. It really doesn't take the fact that there's a cap in the preventing of storms happening. Have I ever been in a tornado or hurricane? Not an important question, but yeah, both actually. Late 2000s, I was in a tornado. I was a kid at that point. I talked about it. We're getting a little off topic, but I did talk about it in previous streams. But basically, I was at a party, family party. We were going home, and there was a tornado on the ground to our left. That's the reason we left, because my mom saw the tornado warning, so she took off with us. And next thing you know, we saw it on the left. This was in the late 2000s. And hurricane-wise, I've been in a couple, like Sandy. I've been in, Isaias. I think that's how you say that. Hurricane Nicole recently. Oh, no, 2021. That's not super recently. Was it 21? Or is it 22? I think it was December 22, actually. Yeah, that sounds better. Yeah. So, yeah, I've been in a couple of those. I live in Central Florida, so hurricanes is pretty common. So I just recently moved here because I have a bunch of family that lives down here. But yeah. Let's see, I've been in one before. It's not fun. Yeah, they're not that fun. They are really not that fun. They're cool to see, of course, from a distance, and if it's not causing any problems, like a distant tornado, it's pretty neat to see. But knowing that there's one next to you, pretty close, and it's causing damage and stuff, no, you don't want that. Trust me. I can't stress how many people I've seen. A lot of people that are like, oh, I want to see a tornado. I get that, but you don't want to see a tornado. They're very nerve-wracking per se. They are pretty cool though, if you think about it. But as long as they don't do damage, then hey, fine by me. If it's off in a field, it does nothing, doesn't hurt nobody, doesn't cause any damage or anything, that is absolutely fine by me. All right, let's take a look at some of these models again, y'all. We're going to go ahead and hop our way over here. Thank you, Emerald, for subscribing. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. We're so close, man. We're getting so close to, what is it, 25,300. Like, we are 9 subscribers away from reaching this now, guys. Make sure you're subscribed. Be greatly appreciated. And like I said, I promise you, I will make that promise. I'm going to do whatever I can to help keep you all weather aware and keep you guys weather prepared. So, like I was explaining here, let me actually go ahead and bring up tomorrow's risk overall here. Let's see. So, tomorrow is day 2. Yeah, so this is tomorrow's risk area. We got a pretty good size risk for portions like the Ohio Valley, upper mid-Atlantic, almost said Midwest, upper mid-Atlantic and portions like the southern New England regions here. Greatest potential about by Scranton, east of Pittsburgh area. You know, we got a potential out there for a bit of severe thunderstorm activity. Let's see here. So, like I was explaining with the models and stuff. So this is one model opinion, of course. This model does show a little bit of early convection. So this time is like 8 right here. This is 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern, 9, 10, 11. This is noon. So it does have a little bit of showers rolling through pretty early, as you can see. That could end up hurting the overall performance of the storms that are expected later on, the ones that will be severe. These guys probably won't be severe. Maybe just bring a little bit of rain, maybe some thunder and lightning, but probably nothing bad. But then, of course, you can see as we approach like 3, 4 p.m., this is 4 p.m., 5, you see this kind of line develop there from like northeastern portions of Ohio, going through northwestern Pennsylvania into like southern New York State there. So that's 5. This is 6, 7 o'clock, probably around mid-threat there, 7 o'clock or so, going through Pittsburgh area, potentially Scranton. Once again, you should take this with a grain of salt. Models are definitely not perfect here. And then, of course, that does continue 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10. It should die out by like before midnight, honestly. Yeah, this event should be done before midnight. So that's definitely good news. That is definitely good news. So it's not going to last like it's actually kind of a quick event, if we're being honest here. Let's see. What about the HRRR here? Now, like I was mentioning, it's always good to compare models. It's never good to, just look at one model or one model run to make assumptions. It's good to obviously take a bunch of opinions. Like, for example, here, tomorrow morning, this model doesn't show that much convection before the main line, but it does show a little bit up there towards, like, central New York State, maybe, like, northeastern Pennsylvania. This is right at 11 a.m. here. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right around 6 p.m., start to get some storms popping off here. We're going to way over here into 7, 8, 9, let's see here, 10, 11, and 12. So, yeah, most of it should be dead by, like, midnight, right around midnight or so. It shouldn't last super long. But, you can kind of see there that the models are somewhat in agreement. I mean, not much of an agreement with that early morning convection, but they're in agreement with the fact that this storm is going to be producing, like, a squall line type of mode here. Like a QLCS, just a big line of storms there. Let's see here. Can I overlay? I don't know if I can overlay. See, 850 millibar winds, maybe? I don't think they did anything. Don't think so. Oh, hold on a minute. I think I know what I did wrong. Here we go. That is absolutely terrible. Okay. Well, that didn't work at all. Let's see. I'll be up all night, says Simply. So we'll be here for you. Don't worry about it. Will a bow echo always sign that there's tightening near a hook echo? Oh, so a bow echo and a hook echo are different. A bow echo is a bowing storm that kind of looks like this. So what bow echoes typically mean is just a bunch of gusty winds. Not always associated with tornadoes, but sometimes on that northern side of a bow echo, you can get some spin ups. I've seen it happen. We've seen it just the other day. That can happen. Now, hook echo is basically just a supercell. So basically a storm that kind of looks like this. So that would be a hook echo there, that hook. And of course, compared to a bow echo, kind of like a, bit of a difference. A bow echo, hook echo. They don't happen at the same time usually. Well, sometimes they can, but they're two different phenomenons. Let's see. Just general thunderstorms for Trenton, Ohio. Let's see here tomorrow. Let's see, Trenton, Ohio. Yeah. Yep. Not even in the not in the marginal. We should be good. Like I said, though, like I was mentioning, sometimes the Storm Prediction Center can obviously, or they will update this outlook, and sometimes you can be included with it if you're not right now. I mean, you're close to it. You're pretty close to that marginal. So I would still watch it. You know, it could definitely change a little bit here. Bill. Let's see here. What's up, Cat Loaf? Hope you're doing good. What's up, oh yeah, Simply says okay. Yep. So yeah, you should be good, my friend. But you know, just keep an eye on it. Yeah. Once again, tomorrow's biggest threat, guys, is going to be out there mostly in Pennsylvania, like central, northeastern Pennsylvania. Also portions like southern New York there, southern New York State there. And of course, we got the yellow, which is a slight risk level 2 threat, which is still, like I said, it still is considered a decent threat for severe weather there. And all that stuff. So, like I said, level 1, dark green, level 2, yellow, level 3, orange, which, like I said, the orange and yellow, those are pretty decent concerns for severe weather. So, want to be a little weather aware out there. The dark green, you should still watch the weather, but just know it's not a big threat, honestly. But stuff can still happen in the level 1 threat. So don't expect that there's gonna be nothing there, but you know it's definitely still though it is a pretty low threat overall. But anyways, let's see. Thanks for clearing that up. No problem. Yeah, like I said, if y'all have any questions, feel free to let us know. We're 4 subscribers away, dude, from 25,300, y'all. We can do this, man. Please consider subscribing. We're gonna see if we can reach that today. We are 4 off, dude. We got almost 200 people watching. We got 4 left. That'd be greatly appreciated, y'all. So I promise I'll do whatever I can to help keep y'all weather aware and weather prepared. So then we work our way into Monday. Like I was saying, these areas is a much bigger threat for Monday. We got to really look out there for Monday. The biggest concern, like the greatest probability, like the bullseye for severe weather in terms of the greatest probability and the biggest potential for storms, it's going to be down there towards like south central Kansas, including Wichita, a lot of central and western Oklahoma, north central Texas. So for Oklahoma, like towards Oklahoma City there, shy of Tulsa, we do got places like Lawton included, in Wichita Falls. You guys are included there in that threat overall. See, what's the weather looking like for for Nebraska? Let's see here on Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, so this is for Monday. Like I said, we have a level 2 threat for severity, a severe weather potential. So it's a decent concern. You know, definitely we got to be extra weather aware for central and eastern Nebraska. The level 1 threat does go up to the northwestern side towards like Valentine, see Chadron, Gordon. Let's see here. Like Hyannis, Mullen, some of those regions up there with level 1 threat. Like I said, the dark green, it's something you shouldn't ignore, but it's not a big threat. Like I said, the odds of severe weather is honestly not really in your favor, but it's still something you shouldn't ignore. Like I said, still keep an eye on the weather throughout the day because a couple strong to potentially severe storms could still happen in that region. The yellow, like I was saying, that's where we have a better concern, a greater probability for severe weather. So central eastern side of Nebraska. Like I said, at that point, we do got ourselves a decent risk. So a couple of severe storms are going to be possible around your area, in which, you know, we'll need to definitely be looking out there for that here for Monday. Once again, the greatest threat for Monday is going to be down here. But for Tuesday, let's see here. Yeah, so we have to go in the extended range forecast here. Yeah, Tuesday, we don't got much going on there. So this is going to be mostly a Monday threat for areas up in Nebraska. Mostly a Monday threat, so heads up to Monday out there. Got a little marginal risk. Got a new day 1 outlook. A new day 1 outlook here. Got a little marginal risk in south central Oregon. Just an 80-80 threat, nothing big. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on today with severe weather, but like I said, that'll pick up tomorrow once we get up to, where's it at? Yeah, that'll get up to, oh, that's today's threat. Or sorry, that's Monday's threat. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, there's tomorrow's threat. We got an enhanced risk still. Mostly for damaging winds, like I was saying. Let's see here. Needing more info for Tuesday. Where at, my friend? You said, aren't you in southwestern Ohio, right? So more for Tuesday. Okay, so coming up on Tuesday. As of right now, let's see, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, as of right now, you're not in the risk, but let's hop the models here. Let's see what we got going on. Katie says, thanks for letting me know about Monday. No problem. You are very welcome. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, for southwestern Ohio, given that this is mid-range models and stuff like that, your threat's probably going to be more for Wednesday rather than Tuesday. But like I said, right now there's no like actual breakdown regarding Wednesday's threat. As of right now, there's really, as of right now, there's not really any threat there. Anyways, but yeah, so anyways, guys, so yeah, we've been live for about 2 hours here. We're probably gonna head off here soon, so if you haven't already, guys, please consider subscribing, leaving a like. It'll be greatly appreciated, y'all. We are like so close, dude. I'm trying to reach this. We're 5 subscribers away, y'all, from reaching 25,300. Like, we are 5 subscribers away, dude. We have 172 people watching. Only need 5 more, guys. If you haven't already, it's literally super easy. Just go down, hit that subscribe button. Be greatly appreciated. It's free. Just one push of a button, literally. So, once again, y'all, thank you for being here. Let's see here. Yeah, but simply, like I said, we'll keep an eye on it for Wednesday. Just know right now there's no like exact threat for that region there. Let's see. GFS. Yeah, you can see GFS, though, does show that. Oh, that's for Indiana. Whoops. Does show here for basically like late Wednesday. Kind of afternoon, I should say. Kind of afternoon, moving into evening for Wednesday. We do got that pocket of instability going all the way down through the Tennessee Valley area, through the Ohio Valley, too. So, why not? Let's just grab a sounding here from GFS. Now, GFS is probably not the best model to do this with, but it's something. It'll give us an idea of something. Okay, so the winds are mostly non-directional. We do have a little bit of change in that lower level wind field there, or really just the mid, kind of lower mid wind field here. So basically our lower atmosphere and our mid atmosphere is slightly changing in wind directions. Yeah, potential for an isolated tornado too could definitely be a possibility. Enough instability to allow for that to happen. Pretty high dew points, mid 60s, good. Goldilocks zone. Maybe some small hail, maybe some gusty winds in an isolated tornado, but it's nothing like super scary per se. We got about a 40 knot lower level jet there. That's decent. Mid level jet about 65 knots, about easterlies. So in our middle atmosphere, the winds are moving this way, mostly eastward. And in our lower atmosphere, you notice the winds are actually moving a little bit more northeastward. So there's a little bit of that change in wind direction there that we were talking about. So we'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, but like I was mentioning, though, I mean that's not the craziest sounding I've seen. So it's honestly, it's not like super wild of a sounding there, but it's just an isolated potential. Plus, like I was mentioning, the models can change a million times by the time we get to that point. So still a little off. What's up, Lucy? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. But yeah, so we'll definitely need to be extra weather aware. Let's see here. All right, y'all. Yeah, we're going to head off here pretty soon. So if y'all have any final questions, any final things you want to do before we head off here, let me know. Like I said, we're going to head off here in probably like 5 minutes or so. Yeah, because we've been live for over 2 hours at this point. So it's like, Yeah, it's a bit of a lengthy live stream. Like I said, tomorrow we're doing coverage in the Northeast here. Lucy says thoughts for St. Louis of severe weather. So yeah, so I'm watching out for St. Louis. I got a buddy in St. Louis too, and we were actually talking about this the other day. It's changed a little bit since then. Look out for Monday. Actually, there might even be enough instability break there. Let's see what about the NAM. Does the NAM show? Yeah. We could get maybe a little bit of severe weather, maybe for like afternoon Monday. At that point, we don't have much of a lower level jet, so I don't think there'd be any tornado probability for really Monday. Oh wow, those winds are super weak. There's a lot of instability, no shear environment. So high cape, low shear environment, basically what this is. Honestly, storms probably wouldn't organize very well. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, a couple storms definitely possible there for pretty much afternoon, evening of Tuesday. Sorry, Monday, my bad. As we move into Tuesday, another potential for late Tuesday, after sunset probably. At this point, our winds are pretty strong, so there's definitely a big change in that. Let me grab a sounding, just kind of see what we're looking at. Okay, so yeah, we do have a decent spin, a decent lower level spin there. Yeah, in this environment, I think some tornadoes could occur. Also, maybe some damaging winds and some small hail, maybe. Nothing, I wouldn't say anything ridiculous, but, well, yeah, given how low humidity the mid-levels are, because the cooler air, lower dew points like this cannot hold as much water vapor, so it condenses more rapidly. So basically, this is just a hail generator. So, yeah, there's probably going to be a bit of hail in that, actually. So hail, tornado, a couple tornadoes, in maybe a bit of hail and some damaging wind gusts could be possible. A triple threat sounding from what it looks like. So yeah, we'll keep it on it. Your day, the big day is on late Tuesday, like after sunset, like I was saying. After sunset on Tuesdays, whenever that should roll through. Y'all, we got 4 more subscribers until we reach our goal here tonight. We're trying to get to 25,300. We're literally 4 subscribers away, dude. If anybody of y'all have not hit that subscribe button yet, please consider it. Leaving a like would be greatly appreciated, you guys. Once again, thank you all for being here. If you guys could share this too, that would be absolutely amazing. In which, like I said, I really appreciate y'all. Yeah, we're just trying to reach that goal tonight. We're so close, dude. Yeah, we're going to head off here soon, though, because I got some things I got to go do. But, oh, man, if we can reach that tonight, that would be amazing, guys. So please consider helping us out. Like I said, be greatly appreciated. Bill says, thanks, no problem. Anytime, man. Anytime. And like I said, if there's any questions you guys might have, feel free to let us know. Let us know. Let's see here. Yeah, there's going to be quite a bit of high dew points. Let's see, what is the dew point? 13. That's not even surface. I thought it looked a little weird there. Dew point temps. Yeah, so we're getting a lot of moisture coming up from the Gulf. Let's just say that. Definitely is quite a bit. See you later, Melody. Thanks for joining. Let's see here. Cape. Dew point. Okay, let's see our humidity there. Oh, wow. There's a big drop in our humidity over here. This would be like a probable hail environment. What's up, Hasman? That's actually a really concerning sounding. 300 surface to 3 kilometer helicity there. Got a bit of a curvature on our hodograph. You can see obvious wind directional change there. So lower atmosphere, we got those winds northerlies. Northerly winds and changing northeasterlies with altitude. So that's creating a bit of spin. That would, and plus dry mid-level atmosphere there. Can't hold as much water vapor. So, obviously that's going to allow for rapid condensing to occur in that freezing zone with a bit of cape. So that would allow for like a hail generators to be started. Pretty low lapse rates though. I'm not going to lie in our mid atmosphere. So could be quite limited. Yeah, probably lower in hail. I wouldn't say anything above 2 inches in diameter. giving if that was the actual case, but we'll see. We shall see. Oh my gosh, guys, we're 3 subscribers away, man. We're so close. So close. Just 3 of you guys. Please consider hitting that subscribe button if you haven't. Be greatly appreciated. So yeah, like I said, we're going to head off here now pretty soon. So tomorrow on the table, I'm going to go live for you guys probably around like maybe 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock Eastern for the coverage up there in the Northeast. Once again, if you're just joining here and you're wondering what we're talking about, so this coming up here for tomorrow, we got a severe weather threat up there towards like obviously towards like Columbus or just really Ohio there. Level 1 threat across the dark green. A couple isolated severe storms possible. Got the level 2, the yellow. So potential for a couple of thunderstorms seems a little bit more likely. So within the region there's a good possibility we could get a couple of strong to severe storms nearby. And of course, orange, that's where we have like potential for numerous severe thunderstorms to potentially occur out there. That's the greatest probability for severe weather, in which where the biggest storms potentially could be the strongest storms and the most likely probability of seeing storms. It's going to be across the orange there. So that's just really the region we got to look out there for. We're definitely going to have to watch out for tomorrow. Like I was mentioning too, guys, when it comes to it here, tornado probability, like I said, we got ourselves a 5% chance here, which, still on the low side of the spectrum, but it's a threat we should still monitor, of course, towards like Pittsburgh and you see Altoona, State College, Sandy, St. Mary's, Lewistown, Williamsport, some of those regions there. That's where your greatest potential for tornadoes is going to be. The overall probability is from the dark green, which is a 2% chance. So, for example, say you live out here towards Cambridge, right? So within 25 miles of Cambridge, let's see here. So let me do this. Okay, so within 25 miles, I'll do a little visual thing for you guys. So that's 25 miles. Okay, so within 25 miles of that area, there is a 2% chance that a tornado will drop somewhere in that area. It's pretty low. Like I said, pretty low odds. Now, for the brown areas, like I was saying, that's a 5%. So same rule of thumb here. I mean, it's within 25 miles, use Johnson for an example. So within 25 miles right here, there is a 5% chance that a tornado could drop, just somewhere random in this area. Does that mean it'll always go right over where you're at? No. It's just somewhere within that parameter, somewhere within that region, that you potentially could be seeing that happening. So it's just, like I said, low-end stuff, not super high-end, I should say. But regardless, it is still a threat for tornadoes, and it is something we should watch, but it's nothing to stress over. Wouldn't freak out about it, of course. Let's see. Damaging winds. Yeah, that's kind of our main problem tomorrow. So, for example, use Scranton here. So you guys know the drill. Then 25 miles here of Scranton, we got ourselves actually a 30% chance for damaging winds. And these wind gusts are going to be ranging between 60 and 70 miles per hour in the storm here. So ranging 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts is something we'll have to definitely keep an eye out there for. Let's see here. And, of course, 15% chance across the yellow, so a little bit lower out there. 5% chance across the brown. Let's see here. Hail side of things here, 15% chance, so same thing. State College within 25 miles of State College, 15% chance of hail being between 1 and 2 inches in diameter overall. And the brown, 5% chance. So you can kind of see how it's, kind of lower end for the brown areas and stuff like that. But that is that, my friends. But, alrighty, y'all. Well, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up here for tonight. Like I said, we've been live for 2 hours and 15 minutes. So we've been live here for quite a little bit of time. I think we got the word out there, y'all. So definitely glad to be here with y'all. Anyways, I owe a big thank you to our donators and our new members here today. So a big shout out goes to Jason. Thank you for the donation. The Purple for becoming a tropical stormer. Wife of a grumpy old Marine. Thank you so much. Douglas and Roy. Thank you for becoming a tropical stormer. I really appreciate it here. We also did have a Venmo donation today, so a special thanks goes out to Jordan. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it, and that is all of our donations here for tonight. So thank you guys for the people who have supported us. It's much appreciated. Helps keep food on the table, for one. It also helps keep these programs up and running so that way I can keep you guys informed with all the severe weather. So it's much appreciated to the people who have donated. Thank you so much. Like I said, y'all don't have to do that, but honestly, just a big thank you to people who have. Also, like I said, all that we care about here is just making sure you guys are weather aware, and just you guys are prepared for the severe weather that's coming up, because we're heading into a bit of an active time here for this early portion of the week, this weekend into early next week. So we'll need to be weather aware over the next couple of days here, my friends. But all right, y'all. That's going to go ahead and wrap it up for now. Thanks, y'all, for joining. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. Like I said, we'll be live tomorrow for coverage. So just know that we'll be here tomorrow, once again, probably between like 3 and 5 Eastern. Probably when I'm going to start going live, somewhere around there. But all right, y'all. Well, stream's going to head off here at approximately 1 minute. So go ahead and say goodbye to your friends, family, anybody you're hanging out with in the chat. And alrighty, you guys. So once again, thank you all for joining us. If you guys can, please consider leaving a like and subscribing on your way out. It'd be much appreciated, y'all. Once again, thank you all so much. And we did reach our goal, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for all the support. We're now at 25,300. You guys are awesome. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. But all right, guys, y'all have a wonderful rest of your night. You guys take care. And like I said, feel free to join our Discord, stuff like that. We have it in the description. If you guys want to check that out when we're not streaming, if you want to hang out with us, go ahead and look at that. But all right, guys, y'all take care, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out, my friends. See you then.